This broadcast is brought to you by the following community supporters.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones. Our high-quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Visit uvahealth.com for more information.
All right, once again, Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock. Welcome back, Steve, to the broadcast. You, in military terms, really weren't AWOL because you were absent with authority.
Yes.
But now you're back. How's it feel knowing that we have another Battlefield district matchup between Chancellor and Culpeper? And I suppose if we're going to break down the two teams, we could look at a common opponent, and the team that comes to mind is Caroline. So we know that Culpeper had a competitive game against Caroline, lost 29-20. And then last week, Chancellor played Caroline, won by 1 point, 22-21. Is that a helpful gauge?
Maybe and maybe not, because, Culpeper took it on the chin against King George, and, then playing Caroline tough. Of course, I was watching that game. I was up in Maine for a week and a half, and I'm glad to be back. Had a good time. The thing is, right now, though, Chancellor, I think, has got a lot more to play for in this game. Let me tell you why. They're 2-2 in the district, okay, and they're 2-4
overall.
2-4 overall. So they can get into playoff contention with a win against Culpeper here tonight. Culpeper can try to play the spoiler. They can get a win against a Division IV opponent. Them being Division III helps them in the playoff race over on the Division III side. And there's, like I said, there's not many schools over there. So Culpeper certainly is not out of the playoff picture here at the sixth game. But if they don't win tonight, it's going to be a real long road for them to even try to get there. So tonight I'm looking for Culpeper to come out, play hard, play tough. They always play Chancellor tough. And, Chancellor is a little bit – I think they've been underperforming this year. I thought they were going to be a little bit better. They certainly got a big team, got a strong team, but it just hadn't worked out for them. But now they're right there in the middle of the district, 2-2, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Speaking being in the middle, team captains, both teams will meet there. And so for the Blue Devils, that means Dalton Butler, number 52, Riley Vineyard, 34. Cameron Dotson is one of the team captains as well. And 66 is – I mentioned Cameron Dotson. One other player in there, I think it's 53. Yeah, Brendan Stover. We've got some number changes tonight. Brendan Stover, rather than wearing jersey number 20, will be wearing 53. Another one, Jack Lehman, rather than wearing jersey 4, will be suited up as number 54 tonight. And so there's a coin toss. Looks like Chancellor's won it, and they get to decide what to do here. But so I think the best game that the Blue Devils have played this season, Steve, was against Caroline. And it was a very competitive game. And if they had just been able to clean up those penalties and mistakes, I mean, who knows what might have happened.
Right.
Well, Chancellor won the toss and has opted to defer. And I feel certain that means Culpeper will receive the opening kickoff. We are at Chancellor High School tonight, home of the Chargers. As Steve mentioned, they're 2-4 overall. They're 2-2 in the Battlefield District. Last week, they were a 1-point winner over Caroline, 22-21. Culpeper fell hard to King George, but King George, along with Eastern View, have to be the two top teams in the district. Tonight, both teams looking to remain unbeaten as Eastern View plays at Spotsylvania and Caroline is at King George. I think both King George and Eastern View win tonight. That's my prediction. Not really going out far on a limb with that, the way those two teams are playing. And then next week, just looking ahead briefly, we're going to have really the matchup for the regular season we've been anticipating all along. But tonight, it'll be interesting to see if Culpeper, Steve, I really think you can't overstate just how important it is that this team clean up these mental mistakes and avoid being plagued by penalties.
Right, and you're right. And Mark, I wanted to say the captain we didn't mention is number 15, Darren. Dalton Butler. Don't want to forget him, and he's.
Well, I thought I had mentioned him, but anyway.
But yeah, getting back to your question, yeah, I mean, what's going to happen is Culpeper was played hard against Caroline. If they can cut down the mistakes and the penalties and not dig themselves such a big hole in the first half, and if they can come into this half either tied or with a small lead or even just down by a touchdown, then they're going to be in this game. So it's going to be this first quarter is really going to be key for me to see how they react in the play tonight.
All right, kicking off for Chancellor is Dwayne Stewart. And here is Stewart's kick. It's a short kick. This one should be returned after the one hopper fielded inside the 20-yard line. Return man gets it out across the 30, out to about the 35, and that's decent field position for this offense. Steve is trying to find some synchronicity with this version of the wishbone.
Yeah, and like I said, they've had some growing pains and they've had some injuries. They've lost a few players due to injury, and we're going to see how Culpeper does and see if they can execute that flex bone.
Well, one of the injuries that tonight, one of the people not playing is the person who's out. I wanted to mention that. I put it on one of these rosters here. It is Griffin Tanner is the player who's not suited up. Jeremiah Johnson was caught in the backfield for a loss, and that's not a good way to start on first down.
No, I mean, and Mark, they need to really get the offensive line. I mean, they need to establish the run, but the offensive line has got to play better. I mean, they're now into 6 games. They've got to be able to hold their blocks. You know, Chancellor's going to try to disrupt that flex bone. So if Culpeper can get good blocking up at the point of attack, then maybe they might be able to hang in here with Chancellor.
2nd and 12 here. Quick throw out of the backfield. This is Caleb Green, breaks a tackle across the 40 and out to about the 43 or 44-yard line. Picked up a good gainer. It's going to bring up a very manageable 3rd and short here.
Good gain, good pass catch by number 3 for Caleb Green. He ran hard, and that's what I like to see, yards after the catch. He did a good job, lowered his head and was able to pick up almost that first down, but now it's 3rd and short.
So Jeremiah Johnson, the quarterback, under center. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. On 3rd and short, call it 1. Johnson straight ahead. He's got the first down and more. They'll tackle him just shy of midfield. So that'll move the sticks for the Blue Devils, where this is the opening couple minutes of the game here between the Blue Devils and Chargers. We're at Chancellor High School, and this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Found & Sons, 825-3530. And the Blue Devils have 1st and 10 now at midfield. All right, Johnson under center. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quick throw. This one's dropped by Riley Lentz, and I think that is that going to be a fumble? If it is, it looks like it's going to be recovered by Garrett Damewood. Looks like he had possession, and that is the correct call. Well, he'll lose a yard in the play to bring up 2nd and 11.
And Mark, what I was getting ready to say about Jeremiah Johnson, what I like seeing with the flex bone that you don't see too much in high school football anymore is he's lining up under center. That's how that sneak will work. If you're lined up under center, then you can go forward for that short yard, whereas if you're lined up in shotgun, you run the risk of being trapped in the backfield.
2nd and 11. They go to the run. This is Caleb Green. And Green caught and tackled at the line of scrimmage. Is going to bring up 3rd down and 11 here.
Again, no room for Caleb Green to get open. The holes are closing quick. And again, they're not getting – what I like to see the offensive line do is get some sort of push off that line and really trying to push back the Chancellor defense line. They're not doing it right now.
Okay, 3rd and 11, big play here for the Blue Devils. Opening drive of this first quarter. 9 minutes, clock ticking. As the Blue Devils face a 3rd and long. Man in motion is Caleb Green. He's going to be a lead blocker. Here comes Jakari Edwards, his first carry of the night. And they'll knock him out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 38. And that's an 11-yard pickup. That should be enough for a first down. He needed 11, Steve, and that's exactly what he got.
He did, and he ran hard, Mark. He ran right around, so it's a little sweep, jet sweep right around the right side, and he was able to break free. He had some good blocking up front, and that was a good run. Good pickup there by Jakari Edwards.
Really, thing was a good-looking play call, too, when you think about what they've run so far. And they used Caleb Green as one of the lead blockers. Jakari Edwards, 11-yard pickup. First down, Blue Devils at the Chargers' 38-yard line. Quick hitter. This is Jakari Edwards. Gets in the Chargers' secondary, stiff arms one defender, and they force him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So the Blue Devils now knocking on the door early on, Steve.
Mark, we can go to replay on that and see what happened right there. The line did its job. They were able to get a little quick hit right up the middle with Jakari Edwards, and he broke it to the outside around the left, and then he outran everybody except that one corner from Chancellor, who knocked him out of bounds, and now it's 1st and goal.
8:36 to play, first quarter action, opening drive of this football game. The Blue Devils started on their own 35. They've moved it down to the Chancellor 5-yard line. This is Jeremiah Johnson under center. Johnson, the quick pitch, Jakari Edwards. Looking to get behind the block, but making a good defensive tackle there for Chancellor is Dwayne Stewart. And it's going to bring up 2nd and goal. It looks like still at the 5. Actually lost a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6.
See, this is where I'd like to be able to, if he's going to line up under center, do a little play action here and kind of drop back with a short pass, find Caleb Green and in the corner of the end zone, or another receiver, because Chancellor's going to really try to blow up the offensive line and try to get in that backfield. So it's going to be interesting to see the play call here.
Johnson under center, Edwards in the backfield. Man in motion, this is Danewood. Here's Danewood losing his footing and falling down for a loss. It'll mark it, I believe, at the 8. It's going to be 3rd and goal from that spot. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. So they had moved it to the 5, and two in successive plays here, they pushed it back to the 8. So it's 3rd and goal from there.
Yeah, but they got to see what kind of play they can run here. They can't really do a screen here. They've got to try to get somebody out here on the edge. And
here's Johnson, play action, pressured. Oh, he had Jakari Edwards there, it looked like, and he overthrew him. He would have been inside the 5-yard line. If he had broke a tackle, he might have made it to the end zone. Otherwise, it's going to be 4th and goal now from the 8 in a decision. Do you go for the field goal or do you go for it here? It looks like they'll bring the field goal team on.
Yeah, they won't get points on the board, and hopefully Culpeper's field goal kicker can put it through the uprights. But I really didn't like that play, Mark, that play call, because Jeremiah was throwing off his back foot. That's going to cause the ball to sail, and it did.
All right, from the 17 to spot, 27-yard field goal attempt is up, and this one's going to be, looks like good from 27 yards. And let's pick up the number. Is that 63, I believe? Yeah, it is Jason Young. Is that the first time we've called his name and number tonight?
Yeah,
all right, so a 27-yard field goal is good. Blue Devils lead 3-0. It was a good-looking drive, Steve. Started at the Blue Devil 35-yard line. And about 12 plays later, they settled for a 27-yard field goal, but they got points from it. So that's certainly a good takeaway for Culpeper.
It is, and they had to come away with something. I thought they might have tried to go for it on 4th and goal, but, Coach Sherry's defense, he's probably thinking, if we don't make it, it could be demoralizing for my team. Let's try to get some points and make this and build on the success we had on that drive.
And they burned 5 minutes of the first quarter clock with 7:04 to play. 3-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. This broadcast brought to you in part by Cash Imprints. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. Also, UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones at our quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Learn more at uvahealth.com. All right. Well, is this Jason Young also teeing it up for the Blue Devils? I believe it is. And so the Blue Devils on the board, 3-0, 7:04 to play, first quarter action. And in a moment or two, unless there's a miscue on this kickoff, we'll see the Chancellor offensive for the first time tonight. This one's going to be a return from the 27-yard line across the 30, out near the 35-yard line. And so Chancellor, as they send its offense on the field, will pretty much start where the Blue Devils did from about their own 35.
Yep, and now see what we can do on defense and see if we can hold this Chancellor attack, Mark. But I'm trying to think, who is the the kicker used to be 28, Marcus Ahikam?
Ahikam, right. And he may, I'm thinking he may still handle the punting duties. Would it be neat if the Blue Devils weren't in a punting situation tonight?
I'd like to see it.
All right. Well, like Chancellor's offense coming onto the field, they're going to start their opening possession from the 35-yard line. I expect Dwayne Stewart, number 2, to be the quarterback for this team. We'll see. Stewart going to run it across the 35. Nice open field tackle by Butler. Number 15, that's Dalton Butler.
Yep.
Good solo tackle, Steve. Held him for no gain.
That was a good play, man. He shot right in there, Mark, and read his gap and able to shoot it and able to knock big tackle.
So from the 36, we'll give it, I'll call it a yard, 2nd and 9 for Chancellor from their own 36. Clock running, 6:23. You can see that on your monitor there. And the score, 3-0.
You got big 74 Janelle Lane in there over at nose tackle.
All right, here's the handoff straight ahead. The ball carrier is number 22, Dawood Smith. Dawood Smith last week against Caroline, 18 carries, 145 rushing yards. Out to the 46, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 for Chancellor there.
Big third down here, Mark, for the Blue Devils, who see if they can force Chancellor on a punt. Their first series on offense, and like I said, Culpeper's playing. I like how they're doing it. They're not, overexcited. They're playing, I guess, the way the coach wanted them to play their game plan, and they're doing pretty good so far.
All right, opportunity here for the Blue Devil defense facing a Chancellor team that looks at 3rd and 4. Blue Devils show pressure. Here they come. They pick it up. Can they get to the running back? And they do, right at the line of scrimmage, or even behind it, actually. And they sling him down for a loss. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Blue Devil defense did do its job. Punting team coming on for Chancellor. Well, let me tell you, this broadcast brought to you in part by CFC Farm and Home Center. The service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine since 1932. All right, 4:57 to play, first quarter action. Chancellor lines up to punt this one away on 4th down and 4.
Do you think, Mark, that maybe because Eric Sherry has a lot of familiarity with Chancellor, he used to coach over here?
Oh, high snap. This one over the head of the punter. He's going to try to pick it up and does. Near the 10, the ball is loose. Will the Blue Devils pounce on it in the end zone? Will that be a touchdown? They're saying yes, Steve. Let's pick up the number first and see who this is. That's, is it number 9 for Culpeper?
Number 9 for Culpeper.
That is Juan Forloin Flores. And I'm guessing it's a touchdown. Have they signaled?
They ruled it a touchdown. Let's see.
Or maybe they're
going to rule it down.
You know why? Because maybe you can't
advance the punt.
Can't
advance the block right there, the miscue. He picked it up, I think, or his knee touched when he tried to pick it up. So it's going to be 1st and goal.
Well, actually, he's going for the point after here. They just didn't put it on the. They hadn't put it on the scoreboard. All right, here it is. Point after. What a break for the Blue Devils. Snap, hold, kick. Kick is up and good. 10-0 our score. What do you think about that?
I can just say touchdown Blue Devils. I mean, I'm like you. I couldn't see where the official would signal it.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, maybe did the ball go down? Was he going to mark it, at the 2 or 3? But no, it was a touchdown, and all because of that miscue by Chancellor.
And the sort of thing you definitely have to take advantage of. And here the Blue Devils, Steve, have they enjoyed a 10-0 lead during this season?
This is new territory for the Blue Devils right now, and they're coming out playing. They want this game, and right now the Chancellor finds himself on a 10-0 hole.
All right, so our score 10-0, 4:33 to play, first quarter action. This broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. And did you know that nominations are now being accepted for the Local Sports Hall of Fame? Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of respectful local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. All right, Jason Young handling the place kicking tonight for the Blue Devils, who lead 10-0 here in this first quarter. Here's his kick, straight ahead, short kick. Let's see the bounce. It's fielded inside the 15-yard line. Looking for a little running room, and the Blue Devils' Riley Vineyard wrestles the return man to the ground. And, Steve, it looks like the Blue Devils are playing some inspired football.
They are, and I'm really impressed with number 63 kicking the football, too. He's got a foot. I do want to give a score update for us, Mark. I know people are interested in this game. Eastern View's leading Spotsylvania first quarter 14-0. We kind of figured it to be even though we can't never say never, because Spotsylvania had upset Eastern View a couple years ago at home. No one thought they'd do it.
Right.
So.
All right, Chancellor's offense back on the field for the second time, and the Chargers trailing 10-0. Looking to see if they can get something going here. From the 20. Quarterback looking for running room, and he gets about 3 yards. That is Dwayne Stewart, and a host of white jerseys greeted him to stopping for a short gain.
And what I like is Culpeper's defense now is more opportunistic. They can play that way, being up on 10-0 here in the first quarter. But I like what they're doing. They're really basically they're showing like a 3-man front. Sometimes they'll show 4. But they're really trying to focus on the run attack by Chancellor, and they're doing a good job of it right now.
All right, second down. 6 yards to go for Chancellor. You see the clock. Quarterback is Dwayne Stewart. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here. This one taken by Chancellor. Well, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial wellness of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. And we are live, and our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
You said it's Culpeper right now is playing inspired football. They're executing the game plan that was designed to them by Coach Sherry. And they seem to be playing. And what I like how they're playing is a flow to the game, Mark.
Yeah.
They're playing to win, not to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And when you play not to lose or worried about a mistake you're going to have,
right,
you tend to play tentative. I like how they're playing tonight. They're playing loose.
Playing with some confidence now. Yeah. Second down. Back to the run they go. Dawood Smith. And the Blue Devils again doing a nice job of getting to that football. Big number 74 finished the tackle for Culpeper. That's Genoa Lane.
He's a big kid, and I think moving him inside like they've done has helped him because he takes up a lot of space in that middle, allows those linebackers. And then you got Caleb Green and Flores as the defensive ends or outside backers. They can either drop back in coverage or they can rush the passer, so we'll see.
This is the same situation the Chargers were in on their first possession, looking at a 3rd and 4. And when they didn't get it, they went to the punt, and then the bad snap resulted in a Blue Devil touchdown. All right, here's Stewart. Rolls to his right, looking downfield for a receiver. Gets rid of it. He's got one. Open near midfield and then in the Blue Devil territory. Hauling in that catch for Chancellor was Jalen Asa Kamara.
And that's unusual by Riley Lentz letting that guy get beat him, but Riley was coming up thinking the quarterback was going to try to run, and he faked him a little bit, and then the wide receiver made a good catch. I thought that ball was just going to be outside his hands, but he made a good catch, and now Culpeper's got to regroup here.
Biggest play of the game so far.
Yeah,
Chancellor looked at a 3rd and 4, and then Stewart went to pass for the first time and found the big receiver for a big game. They're now in Culpeper territory. Is Chancellor now at the Blue Devil 43. Dawood Smith, the ball carrier, and now he's starting to go to work a little bit more here. He gets down to about the 35-yard line where they stop forward progress, and that'll be a gain of about 8 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd and 2.
And the thing is, I want to see how Culpeper is now going to react when they have a little bit of adversity, Mark, and see how they can come back. You know, right now they just let an 8-yard run go. They didn't do that in the first series, so they're going to have to, just keep loose and relax and let the game come to them.
The big pass play netted 31 yards for Chancellor, and the Chargers now have it 2nd down and 2. And we have a whistle and a penalty flag down.
It's going to be a illegal procedure against Chancellor here.
And I'm thinking that may be our first penalty of the game.
It is.
That'll push it back to the 40, where it'll be 2nd down and 7. You're looking at the clock there. It's 1:52 to play. Culpeper on top 10-0. They have a 27-yard field goal by Jason Young. And then the punt, the muff punt was recovered for a touchdown. And the name eludes me at this moment, Steve, but the point after was good as well. 10-0 our score. Chancellor faced a 3rd and 4 on this drive from their own 26, and that 31-yard pass play kept them in business. But now it's 2nd and 7 from the Culpeper 40. All right. We're going to fake it to Dawood Smith. Stewart's going to keep it, try to get the edge. Staying right with him there is J.Q. Williams, and he'll tackle him at the 35 and hold him to a 5-yard pickup. I think Chancellor may be looking for a flag for a little unnecessary roughness, but thankfully one does not come in.
Because he was still in the field to play. I mean, so now it brings up a big
3rd down and 2 from the 35-yard line. And let's see what both teams can do here as the clock is down to a minute and running. And you're seeing the score there, 10-0 in this first quarter. All right, big 3rd down for both teams here. Mentioned Dwayne Stewart is the quarterback. Dawood Smith typically handles most of the carries.
It looks like the official stopped here. Equipment issue. And Mark will give an update again. It's now 21-0 Eastern View over Spotsylvania.
First quarter action.
Yep, first quarter. I want to thank my friend Ronnie Harper for giving us those scores. Keeping up with it. Keep it up. Good job. So now, flag now. What's the flag this time? 12 men on the field. Yep, illegal participation. Oh, against Culpeper. That's a 1st down. That was how do you get 12 men on the field, Mark? And they stopped play for an equipment issue, but somebody didn't come off. I mean, somebody should have been counting that, the count on defense, and hey, look. I thought that'd be against Chancellor.
That's where you need the count.
I know.
1 banana, 2 banana. Don't count to 12.
Don't.
All right. 1st and 10 Chargers from the 30 now of Culpeper. Dwayne Stewart handing off Dawood Smith, left tackle. 20. Watch out. There goes Smith. Stiff arms the defender. He's into the end zone from 30 yards out. Touchdown, Chancellor. And it comes with 32 seconds to play here in this first quarter, a 30-yard run. What do you think about the defense on that play? How did it happen, Steve?
It didn't. They got good blocking up front, but what had happened was I think Culpeper was kind of caught off guard by that penalty, and then they just kind of nonchalantly are walking up the line of scrimmage, and then, the Chancellor running back was able to get on that edge, and then Culpeper could not push him out of bounds.
All right, on for the point after. The quarterback now is the place kicker. That's Dwayne Stewart. Looking to pull the Chargers to within 3. High snap. They get it down. We've got a whistle, and we'll stop this.
Looks like they're going to say offside against Culpeper.
And that's what, a half a distance to the goal.
Yep. Now, a chance.
Well, so then, are you thinking? You're not thinking
Chancellor,
2, are you?
They go for 2 or go to?
No, they're still lining up for the point after.
Offside Culpeper, they'll be penalized half the distance to the goal.
Again, Dwayne Stewart, the team quarterback, now on for the point after. The holder, Jalen Asa Kamara. And Stewart's kick is up and good. 10-7 our score. Favor the Blue Devils late here in this first quarter. Well, we mentioned that we are live, and our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
Now I want to really see, Mark, how Culpeper is going to respond. Now they got a little adversity. They allowed that touchdown, and it was really, I think, caused by 2 penalties. And then that 12th man on the field, that kind of was, as I want to say, was confusing, really, because you had to, stop, official timeout for an equipment issue with Chancellor's player. Wouldn't you kind of look around and say, how many guys have got here in defense, or at least the sideline, and then?
Are you saying that maybe that the Blue Devils just sort of lost focus?
They lost a little focus on that one, absolutely, and that sustained that drive, and then Chancellor made him pay for it.
Because up to that point, they were doing a good job of team tackling. They were getting to the football, and they were stopping some of the runs at the line of scrimmage. But then there was that letdown, it looked like.
Yeah, a little bit let down, especially on that pass, where Riley Lentz was caught cheating a little bit, trying to thought the Chancellor quarterback was going to run it, and then when he didn't, he was, the receiver was behind him. And what you teach your defensive backs, especially in high school, don't let the defender get behind you. Keep them in front.
Dwayne Stewart kicking off here. Short kick. This shall be fielded inside the 25-yard line. On the return for Culpeper, out to the 35 is number 14, Khalib Murray. So good field position for the Blue Devils pending that penalty.
Yeah, there's laundry flying. It might be an illegal block in the back.
You get a lot of those on these returns, don't you?
You do.
It's almost as if, at the risk of sounding too cynical, you sort of expect to see a penalty every time there's a return.
But I think the officials...
Unless they waived it off, perhaps.
No, they might see what the call is. They're saying it's against Chancellor. See what here's the official.
That fellow in the white hat could tell us all about it, Steve. Personal foul.
Yep.
Against Chancellor.
That's a 15-yarder at the end of the run. So here you go. Culpeper now is going to be operating pretty close. They're just over into Chancellor territory. Big penalty there.
Tacked on 15 yards. Culpeper at the Chancellor 46. So as you pointed out, how will they respond to the Chancellor score? Well, they'll get a chance to do it with excellent field position as Jakari Edwards breaks out of the pack and into that secondary inside the 25-yard line, or actually inside the 35-yard line, rather, down to about the 33. He picked up 13 yards on first down.
I like that play, Mark. He's hitting it hole hard, and he's running hard. And if he could have just broke that grasp of that defender, he would have taken it in the end zone. I like how Jakari's running tonight.
Final seconds of this first quarter, you can see ticking away. And there it is. So end of 1 here at Chancellor High School. Our score, Blue Devils 10, Chargers 7. Let's take a break, and we'll come back for the start of the second quarter. Stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community supporters.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones at our high-quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Visit uvahealth.com for more information.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast. And we're in the second quarter. Blue Devils looking at 2nd and 11 from the 34. Here's the pitch, inside reverse. And going nowhere is Garrett Damewood. He was slung to the ground for a big loss by Chancellor's number 15, Landon Eckhart.
Don't like
That was a little razzle-dazzle that didn't fool Chancellor.
It didn't. I didn't like that play call, Mark. I mean, they had momentum. They were getting a good push up front. I know I can understand a little bit, trying to throw them off a little bit, but that you got to have good blocking up front. If you don't have good blocking, as that play turned out, this is what happens.
Brings up about a 3rd and 22, so the Blue Devils have to get to the Chancellor 24-yard line for a first down. All right, here's Johnson. Here comes the pressure. He can feel it. Now he throws downfield. This one going up for it, unable to bring it down is Garrett Damewood. It was overthrown in double coverage out there as well. And now it brings up 4th down.
4th down. There's no flag on the field that I can see. It's going to be 4th and big, long way to go. But they got the play stopped here.
Line of scrimmage was the 43.
But there is a flag. It's against Culpeper.
I think he signaled a. Oh, okay, you decline it because it's 4th down. Okay.
Yeah.
Penalty was declined.
4th and 22.
And I would punt the ball here if I was Coach Sherry. I would not try to make a play, pin them back, play the game of field position here.
Well, they've got Jordan Evans, number 24, back there. It looks like as the punter. It's John, if you go, move camera to the right there, let's pick up that number. Rather than Marcus Ahikam, that is number 24, I believe it is. And that's Jordan Evans waiting the snap. It's a good one. He kicks from the 44-yard line. This one will not be returned, and it's going to be down inside the 20-yard line. So looks like that's officially a 37-yard punt. Less than average field position for Chancellor. But, Steve, the one play that they probably wish they hadn't run was the razzle-dazzle that cost them some big yardage.
I just didn't like that play call at this point of the game. They're trying to think they could catch Chancellor napping, and then Chancellor proved they're in that backfield. If they get penetration, it blows up any type of end-around play.
Chancellor will start on its own 19. 10-7 our score, second quarter action. This broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best. For resources, planning, and support for our entire community, Found & Sons at 825-3530. All right, Chancellor back on offense, deep in its own territory. Stewart, the quarterback. They fake it to Dawood Smith, and keeping it is the quarterback, and then tackled immediately by Culpeper's Juan Forloins Flores. And that's how the Blue Devils were playing until they had that little lack of focus that gave up the touchdown.
They need to play, with the same focus they came out to start the game with. And right now is they can keep Chancellor pinned back here, deep in their own territory. But what they can't do is, this is second down, but they can't, give up a big gainer.
Lost 2 on that one, so it's 2nd and 12 now for Chancellor from its own 17. Dwayne Stewart back there, along with Dawood Smith. Smith, ball carrier, broke one tackle and then tackled after that at the 20, so They hold him to a 3-yard gain, going to bring up 3rd down and 9. This broadcast brought to you by Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's Battlefield. Also, cash imprints from shirts to banners and everything in between. Imprint your message on the community with cash imprints, 317-1473.
Well, one good thing right here is they don't want to give up a big play, and watch the quarterback when he does that RPO, run pass option. If he starts rolling out, still stick with the receivers.
Watch out for Jonathan Thompson, the receiver to the right here. All right, here's Stewart. He rolls to his right. Now he's going to reverse direction. He's got a block out there. Now he throws downfield. This one caught again. The Blue Devil defense looks like the secondary there giving up the big play.
But I think there might be coming back because I think it might be an illegal forward pass or a hold.
Could he have crossed the line of scrimmage when he threw it?
Yep, he sure did. Legal forward pass. So it's going to be. Yeah, I thought he crossed that line of scrimmage because he threw it after the 20-yard line.
But, Steve, even if he didn't, that's the second play that the Blue Devil secondary has given up big on a 3rd and long.
But what they're doing is they're giving the saying the ineligible lineman downfield.
Mm-hmm.
So they mark
forward pass by the Chargers.
So illegal forward pass. And that's what we were saying. They probably crossed the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And you see it's a loss of down. I thought that was it, but I saw the signal for
all right, so it moves it back to the 15, and it's 4th down. And about 10, and now the punter, this is his second attempt. Here's another high snap. He gets it down. What a great catch by the punter. This one's going to return at the 25-yard line. And this is J.Q. Williams going in from 25 yards.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Williams with a received a short punt.
15 yards.
15 yards and took it in the end zone for pay dirt, baby.
Well, you know, I think really you have to give the credit to the punter for being able to bring that snap in. It was another high one. He caught it with one hand, but then the pressure was there. Got the kickoff. It was short, and Williams 15 yards out. What can you say? Blue Devils on top now, 16-7.
And Williams, I think, was first shocked as he caught it right at him, and then he took off for daylight. Great play.
Jason Young on for the point after. So 2 mishaps by the Chancellor punting team. And the Blue Devils have capitalized twice on that. And Young's point after is good. 17-7 our score with 8:31 to play here in the second quarter at Chancellor High School. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Cash Imprints. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones at our quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Learn more at uvahealth.com. And, of course, we mentioned that we are live this year. Our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Well, Steve, last report you got on Eastern View is that they were rolling against Spotsylvania.
They are now up 28-0 second quarter against Spotsylvania. So that could be a running clock situation over there. But I'm impressed right now the way Culpeper's playing. I mean, they're taking to Chancellor. They're out hustling them, and Chancellor's the ones who've been making the mistakes, especially on the punts.
Well, special teams play 2 punts, 2 muffs, and both result in points for the Blue Devils. So they've got their points predominantly off the special teams. Have the Blue Devils, but they also have a 27-yard field goal tonight by Jason Young. In fact, that was our game's opening score.
There's Young again. I guess he's proven in practice that he can kick the football.
Well, maybe they want to use Marcus Ahikam in different capacities because in the pregame drills, I saw him practicing as a defensive back.
Okay.
This one's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, that's going to be a 30. That's what you don't want to do if you're a kid. You want to kind of keep it between the sidelines because you don't want to give Chancellor good starting field position. They're going to get on their own 35.
This broadcast brought to you in part by CFC Farm and Home Center. The service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine since 1932. That's CFC Farm and Home Center. All right, Chancellor's offense coming on the field with good field position at the 35. So I was hoping tonight's game would be competitive, and right now I'm a little surprised. The Blue Devils are enjoying a 10-point lead.
I'm pleasantly surprised. Maybe I need to go away more often. They start to play better when I go away. I like I said, it's still a long way to go, folks, and they need. But Culpeper is playing very well tonight. I'm proud of him.
All right, Chancellor from its own 35. Handoff, Dawood Smith looking for running room, and he won't find any as the Blue. Here's the penalty flag. That may be a face mask call against Culpeper.
Could be. I mean, he wouldn't go down, but I thought we'll see what the
last man up, number 34, Riley Vineyard.
Yeah, it's a face mask. See, that's what they can't do. See, they should. You got to watch your hands in that situation. Don't get them up by the helmet because that's going to be a 5-yard or 15.
Yeah, I didn't think it looked flagrant, so it may only be a 5-yarder. Let's see.
Because that'd be a big penalty if it's flagrant.
And it isn't, yeah.
5-yard penalty on the Blue Devils.
Up to the 42.
Well, that's not too bad. But again, Culpeper's got to keep the penalties to a minimum. They've got to play sort of like mistake-free football.
So it's still first down.
First and 3.
All right, here is Dwayne Stewart. First down yardage out near midfield. Picked up 8.
That's going to be up to Culpeper's defense, and they're going to have, really set the tone right here and see if they can hold Chancellor and make him force him to punt. But I like what the defense is doing right now, but they just have got to maintain their young defense, so they're prone to make some mistakes. And right now, like I said, they're doing pretty good. Just try to take that control of that line of scrimmage.
Chancellor now with the 1st and 10 at midfield. Our score 17-7. You can see it there. 7:44. Clock ticking. Second quarter. This is Dawood Smith. And he slips and falls at about the 45-yard line to pick up a 5 yards. It brings up 2nd and 5.
Mark, one thing I am going to say, Culpeper, they're playing like a cover 2 on defense, but they don't have a deep safety. If they're, I just hope Chancellor doesn't see it because they could line one of the receivers in the slot, runs a post, and right now, on that previous play, Culpeper no one back there. Now they're stepping back. They're playing more of a base coverage right now.
All right, on 2nd and 4 for Chancellor at the Culpeper 44-yard line. And Stewart's going to keep it. Looking for running room, made a nice cut, and then they wrap him up just shy of the 40-yard line. So he should be a little shy of that first down. We'll check the spot.
Yeah, it's going to be about a yard.
Yeah. We have Riley Vineyard making the tackle for Culpeper. And this is a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, now you got to sit there. Now you got to sell out here, Mark, if you're the defense. Meaning that, what I mean by that is your defensive line got to come crashing down, stop the initial point of attack of surge of the offensive line, and find that football. See what they can do here.
Number 17, wide left, is Jalen Asa Kamara. He's had a couple big catches here tonight on 3rd down for Chancellor. Will they go to him? No. And Riley Vineyard makes the initial contact, and he gets some help from his teammates. They may have stopped Dawood Smith for that first down. Looking at the officials there, it looks like he's going to be a little bit short, Steve.
Yep, I mean, and they gave Culpeper a favorable spot there. I thought he made it. But now a big 4th down. Now, the way Chancellor's punting game has been going, I think they're going to try to go for it here.
Yeah, I think you go for it. If you're Chancellor with the clock what it is right now and you're down by 10 and you only need a yard, you've got Dwayne Stewart as your quarterback, and you've got Dawood Smith, who had a big game last week.
Just don't jump.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Don't jump.
And Stewart will operate under center here on this 4th and 1. And they did jump. And you said not to.
Yep.
But they did.
They did, and I gave it to him right there. I mean, And the coach is very upset. I don't blame him. I mean,
Didn't I just hear you say don't jump?
Don't jump. I mean, and he barked it because I thought they weren't lined up to run a play. They were just lined up to see if they can get Culpeper to jump, and they succeeded.
Do you think? I thought maybe with Stewart under center, he was looking at, I can get a yard on a quarterback keep.
Maybe, but I mean, everyone was bunched in there, and the way he was using, he probably changed up the cadence a little bit. And number 12 for Culpeper, Jaden Carter jumped.
All right, 1st and 10 Chancellor now from the Blue Devil 36. In motion was Jonathan Thompson. He now goes to the left.
And mark this down. It's a crucial penalty right here.
That's Thompson in motion on the jet sweep here. Here he goes, finding a seam, and in the open field, they sling him out of bounds shy of the 10-yard line. And making the tackle for Culpeper is number 21, Justin Elkins. Big run for Chancellor.
Big run, and Mark, again, that, I said that penalty is going to be big, and it is.
You did, yeah. And so on that, after that 5-yard penalty for offsides, it gave Chancellor 1st and 10 at the Blue Devil 36. And then Jonathan Thompson, jet sweep, picked up 23 yards on 1st down, and now it's 1st and 10 Chancellor from the Culpeper 13-yard line. Looks like we have a timeout taken by Culpeper, and I want to tell you that our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial wellness of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Also, this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Looking at the Blue Devil defense there during this timeout.
Yeah, Coach Sherry is in there talking to his troops and saying, look, we got to really tighten up here. No mistakes. Don't give up a big play. Don't let a receiver get a little bit behind you. Watch the football. And then on the, I just tell the defensive line, sell out. Just rush. Come straight forward, rush. And linebackers have got to be on their toes here. Watch for play action too. So be telling them.
To the left, receiver Justin Wright in the slot. Jonathan Thompson left. Stewart handing off Dawood Smith. Watch out, there goes Smith, powering his way forward, lowering his shoulder, and forcing his way into the end zone from 13 yards. Touchdown, Chancellor. It comes with 4:24 to play in the second quarter, and it's 17-13.
Mark, that was pure will by the running back,
Smith,
to run that thing in there to keep his feet moving, and Culpeper, couldn't stop him. But they got an injured player here in the end zone.
Let's see who that is. Chancellor players won't be able to pick up that number, I don't think. It does start with a 5. Well, Chancellor started this scoring drive on its own 35-yard line. And 8 plays later and 65 yards, capped with a 13-yard touchdown run by Dawood Smith. 17-13 is our score. And I mentioned to you that last week Smith had a big game against Caroline, 18 carries, 145 yards. And Dwayne Stewart, the quarterback, was 5 of 10, no interceptions and 61 yards. Also serves as the place kicker for this team.
Culpeper was its own worst enemy on that drive. They gave up a first down on a 4th and 1 penalty. They jumped offsides. That moved it further down the field, and then they got caught up by not making some proper. They got that jet sweep and knocked them out about the 15-yard line, and then Dawood Smith just carried everybody on into the end zone.
Yeah,
a strong run right there. But everyone's trying to pile and jump on. Why isn't somebody hitting them in the waist and knocking them down?
Well, let's go back to that drive. Chancellor had it 4th and 1 at the Culpeper 41. Culpeper was offsides. That gave him 5 yards and a first down. From the 36-yard line, the next play, you had Jonathan Thompson on the jet sweep, picked up 23 yards to move it to the Blue Devil 13. And then Dawood Smith, a 13-yard touchdown run. And a lot of that was just power and determination. They hit him. They had several players try to get in on the tackle. They couldn't bring him down, and right when they thought they had him, there was another push, and he found his way into the end zone at 17-13. And we had an injured player who was able to walk off the field with a little bit of assistance. And so now as we resume play, the holder is number 17, Jalen Asa Kamara, and this is going to be a kick by Dwayne Stewart. We've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, and this is a big extra point for Chancellor. You know, if they get it, it puts them within 3. Culpeper wants to miss it or block it, and I think it's a 4-point differential.
Right,
So
but another offside penalty against Culpeper. So what, if anything, is that telling you?
Again, discipline. I mean, I'm like, guys, line up right. You got to see the footballs right there. Don't line up and, pass the football.
There was movement again on that left side. This kick is blocked.
And there it is. Is there any flag? Nope.
I thought I saw one.
Nope, they're
But
saying no
if they
good.
didn't call it, then the point after is no good.
Big,
Oh, it was
big,
blocked. Yeah, I didn't
big
see who
miss
did
there
it.
that could come back in. That Culpeper field goal, and with that miss right there and the extra point, could loom big here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Steve, did you know that nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame? Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of respectful local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. All right, so 4:24 to play, second quarter action, 17-13. You can see the line score there in favor of the Blue Devils. Their 2 touchdowns have come on special teams, the punt team to be exact. And then Jason Young has the 27-yard field goal tonight. That was how our game opened with its scoring. And then he's had 2 point afters. For Chancellor, Dawood Smith, 2 touchdown runs.
Yeah, I mean, and those are tough runs too. And I mean, the kid's not very big, but he's strong. And Culpeper was realizing that. But they're also poor tackling. You got to wrap them up. You just can't hit people today and expect them to go down because, oh man, I hit you pretty good. But if you don't wrap them up, and it's plaguing college football too, and even the pros.
Well, Dawood Smith, his first touchdown run was from 30 yards out, and the second one was from 13. Here's the kick. No one back there. It'll make its way into the end zone for the touchback, and the Blue Devils will start on offense at their 20-yard line, leading 17-13.
Mark, time for some trivia quiz. I've been saving this one up. Maybe we can do the answer after halftime.
I think I'm ready.
All right. Okay. Who was the pro football player? He played for the Cowboys, and he retired and became a rodeo cowboy.
Well, is this the person who died today?
No.
So it's not Walt Garrison.
Oh. I swear.
Well, I saw today that on Facebook that
died.
Walt
He
had
passed.
died.
Yeah. I was asking, did you read the paper today?
I did, and that was a true answer. I didn't read the paper, but as always, I was on Facebook enough, and so, and I saw that Walt Garrison had died, and he played his college football at Oklahoma State. And so he was a Cowboy, and then he was a Cowboy, and then he was in that Super Bowl. And one of the biggest defensive plays in history is credited with Ken Houston of your Washington Redskins when he tackled Walt Garrison.
Right.
Did you know that?
No, I did not. I remember it, though, now. But,
Well, on this play, we have a fumble, and is recovered by Chancellor's number 58, Johnny Osorio. Well, now here's Culpeper's first turnover, Steve.
Yeah.
And this is going to put Chancellor in the cockpit.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. That was on a special team play, and running the ball back, and he dropped. Go to the ground. Trying to get extra yards. They ripped it out. So now Culpeper's back on defense, and you're giving Chancellor prime territory. Deep in the red zone.
I want to go back to Walt Garrison because he and Houston's Earl Campbell, weren't they doing Skoll commercials when they
think so.
retired?
Yeah.
They would say a pinch is all it takes or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, they were doing Skoll. Well,
Yeah, in 1974 he had 782 yards rushing.
Garrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really actually remember how good he was, because that's really going back a long way. I don't think it was a dominant running back, but I think it was a decent running back.
He was a decent running back.
Yeah.
But he also played with Dwayne.
Dwayne Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also had Bullet Bob Hayes.
Bob Bullet Hayes. He was considered exceptionally fast, and now everybody's like Bullet Bob Hayes, aren't they? It's one of the football is now such a very fast football game. Someone kind of letting us know that the 63, yeah. Well, good to know.
Yep.
Well, that was here's a run again by Dawood Smith. Here's a penalty flag coming in at this one as Smith fights for yardage down to the 15.
I wonder if this is going to be a hold.
So I would like to correct the mistake I've made tonight. Steve, I've been giving credit to Jason Young kicking the ball, but 63 apparently is Saul.
Right. Saul
Acevedo.
Acevedo.
Well, there were several number changes that I was informed of before the game. That was one that got past me.
Yeah, so now it's going to be, this is going to be backing up Chancellor out of the red zone, and now this is a big one.
Back to the 35-yard line. We're down to 4:07 to play in the second quarter. But following that fumble by Culpeper, Chancellor looks like it could be in a position for a go-ahead score.
Yep. So that's a 15-yarder, so I think it was a personal foul. Wouldn't hold it.
And it's going to make it first down and 25 now for Chancellor from the Culpeper 35. Stewart fakes to Smith, keeps it, makes a cut, breaks a tackle. And here is Stewart still pushing for yardage. He got inside the 25-yard line before they were able to gang tackle him and finally stop him.
Yeah, again, there was also a little bit of poor tackling, trying to arm tackle. You're not going to arm tackle him. Got to get in front of him. But, he got a big chunk of that yardage back, Mark, that they lost on the penalty.
Sure did, because the line of scrimmage was at 20. Then they push it back to the 35 for the penalty. And now after that run by Stewart, they have it at the 22. So he did pick up a lot of that lost yardage, brings up a second down and about 12 right here.
And Culpeper needs, what they can do here is if they can keep them out of the end zone here, it's going to be good for Culpeper because they made that mistake on the fumble there.
Well, Stewart and Smith in the backfield are two weapons for this Chancellor team. And on that last play, he faked it to Smith. This time he does not. And Smith, running hard, gets inside the 15-yard line before Jakari Edwards and Garrett Damewood combined for the Blue Devil tackle.
It's still not enough for it's a big third down play here, Mark. And also, you might as well just say 2-down territory here.
Well, because you're down by 4, you would think they would go 2 downs to try to get the first down anyway.
Yeah,
it was 3rd and 3 from the 13.
Yep, so they're going to try to concentrate getting that first down. But what Culpeper's got to do is find that football and go to it quick.
Playing over the ball there, big number 74,
yeah,
Genoa Lane.
He's a little winded, right? He's been in there a long time. I've been watching him.
And remember that Coach Sherry said in the preseason, and when it comes to the defense, he wants somebody over the nose of that football.
Yep. And
it turns out right now it's Genoa Lane. 3rd down and 3. All right, here's Stewart trying to get to the edge. He does. Stewart looking for the pylon. He's in from 13 yards out. Touchdown Chancellor, and they have now taken the lead at 19-17.
Yeah, that was too easy. They had, Chancellor caught Culpeper in the wrong defense because everyone was crashing down thinking it was going to go up the middle, and quarterback Stewart read it right. He just waltzed into to that end zone because there was no one over there.
Well, and they showed in a couple of plays how easy it was for them to offset that big 15-yard penalty they had.
Right. Now again, this is another big extra point here.
Because it's 19-17. Stewart, who just scored, will try to increase the lead to 3. His kick looks like it's blocked again. It's no good, and you said that could be huge.
Yep.
Extra point attempt was blocked.
Second block now for the Blue Devils, And they can take a little solace in that, knowing they just gave up another touchdown. But what happened was, as you know, is that Culpeper turnover at the 20-yard line really put Chancellor in a position for the go-ahead score.
And, you got a minute 52 here, but I hope maybe Culpeper can do something because Chancellor's going to get the ball start third quarter.
That's right, because they won the toss and deferred.
So.
And right now they have some momentum.
They do.
But the Blue Devils have, a minute 52? I think they have 2 timeouts. And if you could set up a good return here, who knows?
Oh, you got still plenty of time, but they got to get a good return and see if they can put some pressure on Chancellor because they know they can play with them.
Right.
But it's, the mistakes that we talked about, earlier and that they continue still to make. Mistakes cost them, penalties cost them, and basically they were dry. They had a good lead.
Well, but, in all fairness, though, offensively the team has scored 3 points on the field goal. They got the 2
special teams
touchdown.
Yep.
Right. And that all counts, that's for sure. But you do want to see the Blue Devil offense orchestrate a methodical drive.
Yes, you do. And I'd like to see what they can do their 2-minute offense right here.
All right. Well, I think this Dwayne Stewart wears a number of hats for the Chancellor Chargers, doesn't he?
He sure does.
In fact, he's kicking off right now, and this one's going to be fielded, I believe, by, is that Garrett Danewood? Nope, that's number 5, J.Q. Williams. Look at Williams return this one, and he made a really nice, he fielded the ball quite well near the 5-yard line, brought it all the way out to, looks like about the 37 for a 32-yard return.
For a minute there, I thought he was going to break it. He only had to get that one tackle, but they got him enough to push him out of bounds.
I was thinking that his momentum was going to carry him to the end zone. We're going to have a touchback, but instead, he returned it inside the 5-yard line all the way out to the 35. So decent field position for the Blue Devils with 1 minute and 41 seconds to play here in the second quarter.
I'd be snapping that ball. That defense isn't ready.
They show pressure. Blue Devils show run, and a penalty flag comes in on this play as well.
It might be holding. Let's see what the call is. Again, the penalties are killing the Blue Devils too.
Daewood Smith making the tackle for Chancellor. Here's a holding.
Yep.
You called it against Culpeper.
Yeah, and see, that's what hurts. Good teams keep the mistakes and penalties to a minimum. Bad teams, keep making and making. I'm not saying Culpeper's bad, but what's happening here is it's the same old every game, penalties and mistakes. And Culpeper should have a better record than what they have right now.
And ball at the 25 after that penalty.
They're going to have to throw it.
All right, here comes the pressure, and Johnson is smothered for a huge loss all the way back near the 17-yard line. And Jeremiah Johnson's team never had a chance.
He never had a chance. I mean, he was in the backfield before when the ball was snapped. And again, that's the offensive line. That's when you got to go and say, look, guys, now you're on 3rd down. You don't want to be able to turn this ball over deep in your own territory and give Chancellor another shot.
2nd down, what about 27? They got to get to the 45 for a 1st down. Here's a throw, incomplete. This off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Jaden Carter.
He had it in his hands.
Really did.
Now this is
bong. You hear that in the background?
Yeah, big 3rd down here.
We've got to get to the Chancellor 45 to keep this drive going.
And, and see, 3rd down, I'd be running the football and try to get out of this half and then see if you can get into 4th down, just stand there and let the clock run.
Third down and 27. Johnson under center. They go to the run. This is Caleb Green, right tackle.
Yep.
Bounces off one defender, lowers his shoulder. He gets going to be tackled just shy of the 30-yard line. Gave him a little breathing room there.
He sure did. Now it's 4th down. The clock looks like it stopped. So Chancellor took a timeout.
Be about 4th and 18 here. Well, Chancellor, I'm sure would like to have the ball back. They could get really good field position here.
Yeah, so Chancellor just took. Yeah, Chancellor did take timeout. I was going to say.
Well, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial wellness of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. And of course, we did mention that we are live this year, and our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
We got number 58 that we haven't called at all this year, and that is
Jossie Shiflett.
Shiflett, freshman.
So, Saul Acevedo is actually number 63 tonight, as we were informed. We had some other number changes. Brendan Stover went from 20 to 53, and Jack Lehman from 4 to 54. And not playing tonight, Griffin Tanner. All right, here is 4th down and 18. And the punter's going to stand inside his own 15. Here's the snap and the kick. This one going to bounce down, not be returned, and they're going to down it at the Chancellor 43. So the Chargers will have excellent field position from their own 43, but only 20 seconds remaining here in this first half.
Do you think Chancellor will take a knee and go in at halftime by the score, or do they try to get some more points? Boy, Culpeper's, they kind of got Culpeper back on their heels a little bit.
I think if I'm Chancellor, I don't play it that conservative. I think you just open it up.
Yeah,
I think with the athletes you've seen the running of Dave Wood Smith and quarterback Dwayne Stewart, and then you've got Jonathan Thompson, who had that big run on that jet sweep, and they've got this receiver, this Jalen Asa Kamara, a couple clutch catches on 3rd down. I wouldn't take a knee, would you?
No, I would sit there and try to send somebody in a deep post route and see if they can get Culpeper's safety, or they're going to play a deep safety look. They are. They'd be smart to.
All right, here it is. Here's Stewart. Looks like he's got plenty of time. He's going to run it, and he's going to get into Culpeper territory and go out of bounds with 11 seconds remaining at the Culpeper 44.
See, now this makes it even more dangerous, because now he's in Culpeper territory. Now Culpeper's got to defend the end zone. And, doesn't have much time. They're going to play for a field goal. Chancellor's field goal kicking unit is not that strong, so Culpeper's got to be everybody just keep them in front.
Right, because, on the point after, they've had 2 blocked.
Yep. So.
And I think what's happening is, not to take away anything from the team that's blocking it, but I don't think his kicks are getting elevated enough to.
No,
yeah.
Right.
So that's a factor, and it's 19-17 for that reason. We've missed a couple extra points. All right, 1st and 10 now, Chargers from the Blue Devil 44. Here's Stewart looking downfield. Now he's going to throw short and out of bounds with 3 seconds left. This one was complete to Jonathan Thompson.
Yeah, we got officials say he stepped out at the flag on the play.
About the 35-yard line, it looks like, and it looks like with 3 seconds, probably time just for one more play. Eligible receiver downfield.
Yep. So they're going to, back up 5 yards, Chancellor, and then Chancellor's going to get another shot, try to throw in the end zone.
Well, and why not? And you're going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Yep. So 10 yard, yeah.
You really have sort of the luxury of, if you run Stewart as your quarterback, right or left, and you give him time to look down the field. If you heaved it to the end zone, anything can happen. It could be intercepted, but the hat's going to end it there anyway.
Yeah,
right.
Look what happened to West Virginia and Houston last night.
Right.
So.
And it looks like Chancellor's going to call a timeout to think about it on this last, what appears to be the final play coming up in this first half. All right. Do we have an update on that Eastern View game? They were really rolling against Spotsylvania.
Yeah, it's still 28-0 as far as I know. Must be at half.
Well, let's see. So this is one that surprises me a little bit. I got Dave Richardson helping us out too. EV 35-0 right now.
Okay.
And then my friend over down there in Orange. Let's see. Well, I've got Rodney Stewart saying Cortland 21, JM 6 at halftime. I've also got a score on Orange's game.
They're playing Fluvanna, aren't they?
They're playing Fluvanna, and I was thinking, okay, win for Orange, but not yet. At the half, the Flukos are up 15-8.
And I was looking at the power ratings too. They got Louisiana Orange in Division 5, but they get to play in Division 4 for the, because they got a waiver.
All right, so on what's likely going to be the final play of this first half, Chargers have it at the Blue Devil 49. All right, here is Stewart flushed out of the pocket, going to keep it. And Stewart going to be tackled near the 30-yard line. That's how the first half will end. The two teams will go to the locker rooms for the intermission with Chancellor on top, 19-17. We'll take a break for the intermission, and we'll come back when we're all set for the third quarter kickoff, and Chancellor will be receiving it. So stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community supporters.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones. Our high-quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Visit uvahealth.com for more information.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast at Chancellor High School, where it is halftime. And our score is Chancellor 19, Culpeper 17. I'm Mark O'Connell, alongside Steve Peacock. Johnny Krawchuk behind the camera, of course, up top. Steve, welcome back. I wanted to talk about the first half, but I also like to talk about, you think we're about 6 or 7 weeks into this season, right?
Right.
And things are going to really start getting interesting with some pivotal matchups coming up. But in the Virginia High School League, we have 6 classifications.
Right.
Class 1 to 6, with 1 being the smallest and 6 the absolute largest of schools. I wanted to ask you, across the state, who some of the best teams are at each classification. And I think if we start at 6, Freedom was awfully good last year. Are they still rolling this year?
Yeah, they still are. They're, I think, undefeated. I'm trying to, look it up right now. But they're going to be, they're strong. You got Mountain View.
Now, they're Class 5, right?
They're Class 5, Lou Sorrentino,
right.
Coach team. And then I'm trying to think who else in Division 6. Colonial Forge, though they got beat
by Mountain View. What about Oscar Smith?
Oscar Smith down in Tidewater, they're up there too. And I'm not really familiar with the Tidewater area as much as I used to, because they don't. A lot of times they're not publishing their stats or anything like that. I can find out, but I mean, you got like tonight, Brook Point's at Mountain View. Pivotal game for Brook Point. They're 4-2. 4-3, but Mountain View's 6-0. So, Colonial Forge at Riverbend, another, Riverbend dropped down. They're a 5 now. Used to be a 6. So I would say right now the 6. You also got to look up at not only Freedom, but Northern Virginia schools. You got, I don't know how Robinson, Centerville, and Westfield are doing. But they'll be in there too.
Well, let's go to 5. And you started out with Mountain View, which is coached by Lou Sorrentino, who, as our viewing audience members know, was at Culpeper back during the Blue Devils' heyday in the championship season of '99. So that's Class 5. Now, Class 4, Eastern View's got a good team. King George has got a good team. Dinwiddie won Class 4 last year, but you said they're down this year.
They're 3-3.
Wow.
So but they all the bigger schools, but they're 3-3.
Now, Dinwiddie beat Kettle Run last year at the Class 4 championship. What is Kettle Run doing? I know Mark Settle gave us a sheet of the classifications this year. Was Kettle Run 4 or 3? I'm trying to remember.
They're now they are a 3. No, they're 4. They're 4. They're undefeated, but they're in a different region.
Yeah.
They're in it with Sharando and over the Valley teams, all the Millbrook and James Wood, but they're doing pretty good over there. They're undefeated. They're 6-0. But in Division 4, this region right now, I would say the top 4 are King George, Eastern View, believe it or not, Huguenot, Varina is in there, and then underneath that, you got some. I want to say not after Varina, but I'm just trying to off the top of my head. There's another Richmond school that's doing pretty good.
Well, you mentioned Douglas Freeman.
Yeah, Douglas Freeman, but they're AAA. They're Division 5.
Okay.
So Division 4, Patrick Henry Ashland's going to be in the mix. They're got.
That's Ken Wakefield coaching there.
And you got Hanover's doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been to Hanover, remember that?
We were there last year.
They're still doing good. So they're going to be, ready to play. And but I'm trying to find right now.
Well, maybe we can talk about Class 3 and where Culpeper fits in that mix.
Right now, Culpeper, believe it or not, you know who's leading Class 3? And Richard Armstrong's got an undefeated record. And so they're going to be. They're always difficult. I mean, they've never had a region, never been a strong playoff team. You also got the Thomas Jefferson School. They're doing very well as well. I want to give you an update. It's 42-0, third quarter, Eastern View over Spotsylvania.
And we had a score on the Madison game at half. It was Central Woodstock 20, Madison nothing. Cortland 21, JM 6. And we've had some of our friends weigh in on some of these games. Rodney Stewart says King George 45, Caroline 14 at the half. And let's check out some other scores here.
Orange and Fluvanna.
Yeah, the last I had heard on Orange and Fluvanna, it was a halftime score, Fluvanna 15, Orange 8.
Wow.
But that's the one we need for sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's talk about this first half action that we had. 19-17 is our score in favor of Chancellor. Steve, what were some of your takeaways from the first half?
Culpeper came out like gangbusters, played very well. That's what they've been doing pretty much this, all season, starting out well. And they jumped out to a big lead, 17-7 at one point. And, they had a field goal on their first drive, and then they took advantage of a couple miscues on Chancellor. But then the old bugaboo that gets them every time is penalties. Penalties starting in mistakes. And basically, they allowed Chancellor to come right back in this ball game and take the lead right before half.
So we had the 27-yard field goal by Saul Acevedo. We had the 2 punt returns. Well, punt returns for the Blue Devils. Actually, one was the bad snap that was recovered for the Blue Devils, and then the other one was Jacarius Williams, a 15-yard punt return. So Chancellor's had trouble punting the ball, really because of the bad snaps.
Right. I mean, they gave Culpeper some gifts with their bad snaps. So you're right there, but again, Culpeper needs to, when they, I guess the old saying, they can't stand prosperity. They need to get that killer instinct. They need to, when they get a team down like they had Chancellor, that's when you don't let the foot off the gas. But then, like I said, what happened? Penalties and mistakes, and they'll kill you every time. I don't care if it's pro, college, or high school. They get you every time. So that's what's been Culpeper's problem. Now, they're obviously still in the game, 19-17. Mm-hmm. We can come down, kick a field goal, and win the game. What I want to see is how Culpeper's going to respond, because Chancellor's going to get the ball start the third quarter. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to see how Culpeper responds on defense. They can limit them and force a punt, then I think that'll be good, for Culpeper. But we'll see.
Well, Steve, if this game were to come down to a field goal, I like Culpeper's chances more than I like Chancellor's because Acevedo's already connected on a 27-yarder, and Chancellor's struggling with the kicking game. They've had 2 extra points that were blocked.
Yeah, they are. They're struggling with the kicking game, and that's apparently. So I don't look for Chancellor, to be doing any field goals, but they got to still punt. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, these are some individual stats that you're showing me here. We're looking at passing. Gabe Dombeck of Brook Point currently on top. But Jack Pearson of King George, number 2 on this list, and he threw 6 touchdown passes last week in the game against
Tied
Culpeper.
a school record.
Wow.
If he had thrown 7, he would have had the record.
And, it was interesting that one of those 2 top receivers, it was either Chance Wiggins or Mekhi White. I think it was Mekhi White was not actually even in the game.
Really?
Yeah, he was. He did. His name wasn't in the box score as receiving, and so it was not. It was Chance Wiggins and a couple other guys that were hauling in those catches. But 6 touchdown passes last week by King George quarterback Jack Pearson. He's number 2 on that freelance star list, and the number 3 is Miles Holmes of Caroline. You get down the list, and you'll see A.P. Hull of Eastern View in the 6th spot. Jeremiah Johnson down the list at about number 13.
Yeah, so that's the passing. Now, what I also like here is here's your district records.
Okay.
And then, so we got.
We were talking about some of the teams. Well, in the Commonwealth District, Mountain View is 6-0 overall, and they're 3-0 in the district, and they beat Colonial Forge last week. The Battlefield District, you've got 2 unbeatens in Eastern View and King George, and they're both on their way to remaining unbeaten tonight and then facing off next week in just probably the biggest matchup we'll see in the regular season.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Right now, both schools are on that collision course because Eastern View's leading big over Spotsylvania, and King George is putting it to Caroline. So,
as we figured they would, but we thought this game would be competitive, and it's a 2-point difference right now as we get ready to start the 3rd quarter, and Culpeper kicking off, trailing 19-17. And here is the kick. It's a short one, and this one is going to be in play, and this one is anybody's game, anybody's ball. It looks like Culpeper has it, and recovering for the Blue Devils is number 24, Jordan Evans.
Good.
How about that to start the 3rd quarter?
That was a good play right there. Play called by Coach Sherry just to kind of pooch kick it like they did and caught Chancellor napping. And so now,
I think a big part of that, Steve, was the way that ball was bouncing around. At first, when he kicked off, I thought, well, this is going to go out of bounds, and it never did.
Never did, and then boom, and that ball goes 10 yards. It's a live ball, and Culpeper was real quick to jump on it. Now, they need to capitalize on this error by Chancellor. See if they can do it.
All right, so the Blue Devils here to start the 3rd quarter will be starting in Chancellor territory at the 23. Here comes the pressure. They're going to run away from it. Off the left tackle is Jakari Edwards, and he was tackled by Dwayne Stewart.
And see, Chancellor's using a lot of people both ways. Your quarterback's got to, also play defense. So this is where you got to sit there and I think, try to control the line of scrimmage, run right at them, and see if you can get some points out of here.
Jakari Edwards, a 2-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 8 now for the Blue Devils from the Chargers 21. You're seeing the score there in the clock. Opening minute here of this 3rd quarter. Jeremiah Johnson consulting with one of his teammates, J.Q. Williams. Man in motion is Dame Wood. He's going to block for J.Q. Williams over that right tackle. Williams running hard. Gets down near the 10-yard line and a Blue Devil 1st down.
Good run, hard run right there by number 5 for Culpeper, and that's Williams is able to really get in there and pound away, and that's what I like to see. The line is firing off, Mark, open the big hole. But that was really just a bread and butter play right off, right between the guard and the tackle.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at the Chargers 11. There's Johnson under center. Hand off again. Edwards trying to shake a tackler, and they're going to stop him near the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit by the Chancellor defense. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 11, it looks like.
See, now, I like how Johnson's lined up under center with the flex bone. But here's where I would back, not good shotgun, still line up center, play action up the middle, and then look around your ends and see if you got somebody wide open in the end zone. Because Chancellor's going to play for them to run this football. And so we're going to see what they do here.
They gave Williams a yard, makes it 2nd and 9 from the 10. Johnson stays under center. They stay on the run. Straight ahead they go, and nothing doing. Dropped at the line of scrimmage was Jakari Edwards.
And see, again, you should have. The quarterback John should have pulled it out. They all collapsed, and there was nobody out there covering any of the wide receivers here for Culpeper. And see, and I'd look for Caleb Green around here. So he's big number 3. I don't see him in here though. I'd be looking for him to get that ball somewhere high pointed.
Wide left was Dalton Butler out of view. All right, here's Johnson. Going to throw. He's got an open receiver, and he underthrew Garrett Damewood, and he was wide open. No one around him.
No one around him, and that was an easy. All he had to do was just get it there, and Johnson, when you're thinking about it too much, when Johnson didn't throw it, he aimed it. And when you try to aim it, you're going to not throw very well.
Steve, they're in a position they were in earlier when they scored their first points. They're going to mark this one at the 17. This will be another 27-yard field goal attempt by Saul Acevedo. He converted that first one in that first quarter. He's in the same spot here. Good snap, good hold. Acevedo's kick is up and no good. Wide left.
Wow. Again, I know he wanted to get the points on the board, but Chancellor dodged the bullet there. I just didn't like some of those play calls that Culpeper's doing down there and inside that 10-yard line. And you're in that deep in the red zone. You got to make sure you can score or at least come away with points. They didn't on that instance. This could come back to haunt them.
Well, that 3rd down play calls looked pretty good. It's just that the pass was underthrown to a wide open Garrett Damewood. Well, and that's the way it goes. So on the missed field goal, now Chancellor takes over on offense at its own 20. There goes Dawood Smith, running to about the 25. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best. For resources, planning, and support for our community, that's Found & Sons at 825-3530.
And like I said, that was a golden opportunity that Culpeper let slip right through their hands. I don't mind them kicking the field goal, but again, that 3rd down play, your quarterback's got to be able to get that ball to that receiver.
All right, for Chancellor, quarterback Dwayne Stewart is number 2. Primary ball carrier has been Dawood Smith. Well, this is going to be Stewart, and Stewart drawing a host of white jerseys, and they're going to stop him near the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
See what they can do here. If I was, Chancellor doesn't want to have to punt this deep in their own territory mark. So they're going to try to, Culpeper's got to know this, that on 3rd down, this is an important down here for Chancellor because Culpeper needs to force them into a punt.
Well, with forward progress, they gave Stewart 2 yards. It's 3rd and 3, or 3rd and 2 rather. They loaded up to the right here with these receivers. Here's Stewart, rolls to his right. He's got a player out there. This one dropped, and he had it. And this would have been a 1st down. This was intended for Jonathan Thompson.
The Chancellor quarterback did the same thing our quarterback did. Try to aim the ball instead of throwing it. Now what do you do if you're Chancellor?
On 4th and 3?
4th and 3, and the ball's at their own, 27.
And I think they try to draw the Blue Devil defense offside.
Yep, that's a good call.
If that doesn't work, you punt.
You got to punt. And we'll see if they're going to line up in punt formation. The defensive coaches for Culpeper has got to be screaming, saying, do not jump.
or line up offside.
Yeah. So they're going. They got Stewart back in a quarterback that took the punter out. So we'll see. It's a big gamble here, and see if Culpeper can take advantage.
4th down and call it 3.
But don't jump.
Don't jump. Don't line up off sides. There is a whistle. Let's check the call.
See what it is. Who called?
Blue Devils are celebrating. It's going to be a delay of game against Chancellor. Now from 4th and 3 to 4th and 8.
Now that changes things right there.
I think you're thinking punt here.
Yep.
But now this is a dangerous situation with Chancellor again, isn't it?
It is. They haven't been very crisp on their snaps back to the punter. Their punter's not been getting good distance. So right now, if I was Culpeper, I'd put a punt block on instead of punt return.
Well, let's see if Chancellor does a better job of snapping on this long snap to the punter, because this is much better than it's been. They get close, don't block it. This one's going to be returned by Jakari Edwards from about the 40. Breaks the tackle. He's in Chancellor territory at the 45. Outstanding field position for the Culpeper Blue Devil offense that come back onto the field trailing 19-17 here with 7:41 to play in this third quarter. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's Battlefield.
And now it's going to be interesting to see Culpeper, they got the ball on the Chancellor 45, and see if we can move the football and get in scoring territory, get in that red zone.
All right, now Johnson in the gun. Handoff, left tackle. Williams out to about the 40. Good pickup on first down. They'll give him 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And I like how Williams is running, Mark. He's running he's protecting that football, and they don't really see it. The defense does until he's hitting that line, trying to get that second level. He runs hard, and he's got to keep doing it.
All right, 2nd and 4 Blue Devils from the Chargers 39. You're looking at the score. It's 19-17 Chancellor. Clock running. 7:08, and we got a whistle. We got a timeout taken by Chancellor. We'll tell you that our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial wellness of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org.
And Mark, I like what their Culpeper's doing. They got Williams and Edwards, alternating at running backs, and if they can keep that up and keep running, and keep that Chancellor offense off the field. And you got to give kudos to the offensive line. They're starting to block a lot better. They can get that push and basically try to get in here and get a score to go back up on top.
Well, when the two teams resume action after this timeout.
Because think about it, they're down 19, they're down 2.
Right.
They get a touchdown, an extra point, it's 24-19. That means Chancellor's got to score a touchdown in order to overtake the lead again, not a field goal.
Right. All right. 2nd down and 4, Blue Devils. Man in motion, Damewood. He gets it. Here's Damewood making a nice move. He'll get a first down for the Blue Devils and a new set of downs.
And I like that play call, even though it's a little razzle-dazzle, because, it was within the confines of their offense. It wasn't, as I want to say, Coach Sherry is coaching to his kids' talents. And right there, he cut it down, didn't have to do a big flea flicker, just did a little jet sweep on that inside reverse, and good running right there.
1st and 10 Blue Devils now at the Chancellor 33-yard line. Johnson, they keep it on the ground. This is Williams wrestled down at the 35, and a penalty flag comes in at the end of this one.
And I think that play was slow developing. I thought maybe he stopped. I thought he heard a whistle. And we'll see what the call is. Williams going out.
Holding against Culpeper.
And Edwards is coming in there for running back. Again, I hark back to that. I hate to, but, Culpeper is its own worst enemy, Mark. I mean, you're driving, you got a holding call from the spot, and now backs them right up to almost the line of scrimmage where they started this drive.
That's true. They started at the 45 and they got it back to the 43. Repeat first down.
And they got to go at least the 24 to get first down.
Yeah, to the 24 exactly. So it's 1st and 19. All right, Johnson in the gun. Fakes it, rolls to his right. Looking downfield. Got a receiver caught. Damewood at about the 32. So he got back 11 of those lost yards.
I like that fake and how that whole thing, developed. Johnson, took what was given to him, and he made a good throw because he had time to throw it. But that was good because he sold that run fake and caught Chancellor kind of flat-footed, and it was a good first down. Well, they're going to give him what? Second and – that's right, the penalty, 2nd and 10.
At the 33, Johnson. They stay on the ground. Left tackle is where Shikari runs through. He'll get to about the 30. It'll bring up 3rd down.
And 3rd is more manageable now. 3rd and 7 it looks like versus 3rd and 20. But
this is where you got to make sure you don't get any more penalties, right?
Exactly. You got to play.
3rd down for the Blue Devils.
3rd and 7 from the 31. 5 minutes, clock ticking. 3rd quarter. Our score 19-17. That's what it was at the intermission. All right, the Blue Devils will send 2 receivers to the right, including number 15, Dalton Butler. In the slot will be Garrett Damewood. Jeremiah Johnson looks over to Coach Sherry. All right, here it is, 3rd and 7. Johnson may be trying to draw him off sides.
Yeah, I don't know what that play call was because usually Culpeper doesn't line up in shotgun, and
be 5-yard penalty against the Blue Devils.
Why? Yeah, that's not the player's fault. I hate to say that, it's the coach's fault right there. I mean, he's lining up in shotgun, and you haven't been in shotgun any part of the game. You're really telling Chancellor, well, I'm probably going to throw here. I like him back under center using play action.
Coming into the game for the Blue Devils, Johnson gets the call from the sideline. This time he's back in the gun on 3rd and 12 at the Chancellor 36-yard line. Here comes the pressure. Do they pick it up? Here's a throw on the slant. Caught. This is Butler. Butler gets away from one tackler, and he gets inside the 20-yard line. And he'll have a Blue Devil 1st down.
Like that. Let's go to replay on that, Mark. He snap. Here's Johnson. He's sitting there. He had time. He had a lot of pressure coming up in his face, but he's able to deliver that pass to Butler, and it was a good throw, good catch. Now Culpeper is in the red zone.
18-yard pickup. 1st and 10 Blue Devils at the 18. And in motion, that's Caleb Green. He gets the carry. Green being pursued, trying to get through there and can't quite do it. Getting back to maybe the line of scrimmage, that's about it. This broadcast brought to you in part by Cash Imprints. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints. 317-1473. And UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones at our quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Learn more at uvahealth.com.
Mars looks like he got an injured Charger on the field. He's grabbing his ankle. He might have twisted it. Now Culpeper, 2nd down, and they got to come away with points here. I really think that's this 3rd quarter is going quick until the injury.
It really is. Another chance to recognize our supporters, including CFC Farm and Home Center. The service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine since 1932. That's CFC Farm and Home Center.
Number 6 for
Chancellor is Justin Wright, senior defensive back, being assisted off the field there.
Yeah, I know that hurts. When you twist an ankle, it looks like a high ankle sprain. It does hurt.
All right. Getting ready here for 2nd down and 10 from the 18. Jeremiah Johnson, ball is on the ground, picks it up. Going to be pressured, and he dives forward to about the 23. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. Moving back in reverse, and not a good thing.
Olsen can't stand prosperity. We get in the red zone, and all of a sudden we implode. But we can run from the 20 to the 20s.
Will Saul Acevedo get another opportunity to try a field goal in this drive?
Good.
He could. Might be. I'm not sure what his range is, but we've got a 3rd down play. Then the Blue Devils would like to get a chunk of yardage here, I'm sure.
I'd like to see him go back to that pass play.
That's Green in motion. Here's Johnson. Rolls to his right, looks downfield. Throwing, this one going to be picked off. And this is intercepted by number 5, Nigel Asamoah. Well, that's how you end the drive.
That's it. I mean, it's, just feel bad for the Devils. I mean, he did throw it up there. Johnson, he threw into triple coverage, and he was trying to get his receiver to high point the ball. But, when you throw into triple coverage, good things generally don't happen. So,
and I'm just not, unlike his counterpart, Dwayne Stewart, who typically, when he's rolling, he has some time.
Yeah.
I think Johnson had to hurry that one as well.
He threw in duress, and he's not used to throwing it that much. You're a flex bone quarterback. You're more used to running and maybe do the run pass option. But on that, he's in shotgun, and he withstood the pressure, but again, threw into triple coverage.
All right, Chancellor. Here's Stewart airing this one out there. This one's picked off. Blue Devils return the favor, and this is Butler. Here comes Butler on the return. He's got a block from Caleb Green. Butler makes a move, and they force him out of bounds near the 10-yard line. What do you think about that one?
That was a great play there by number 21, Justin Elkins, who was
and I said Butler, didn't I?
Yeah.
It was actually Justin Elkins, my mistake, yeah.
It was Justin Elkins, and we never really called his name a lot as a defensive back, but he made the interception and was able to run the ball, but we've got a flag down here. 2 of them.
No way.
Yeah.
There's never any flags. What are you talking about, Steve? That's a yellow bandana out there.
See what the call is. It's probably going against Culpeper. It was.
But it was
great,
the interception by Elkins. A
Yeah.
nice return. Let's see how they penalize the Blue Devils here. It's going to be the hold or block in the back.
But see, it's going to be from the spot. So
Now they mark it off. And the Blue Devils will still have really good field position, as it'll be inside the 35-yard line.
But I thought Elkins had a great run. He was able to jump up there and grab that football.
32. So it was Elkins, the interception. Back-to-back picks by these teams. Blue Devils back in business at the Chargers 32. 2:03 to play. That's Caleb Green in motion. Jakari Edwards, right tackle. He breaks the tackle, and a second one. And they finally forced him out of bounds about 2 yards shy of a first down. A penalty flag comes in at the end of this play.
Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul against Chancellor for a hit out of bounds. And
well, as they get ready to assess this one, we'll tell you this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Down to 1:54 to play in this third quarter. And they're still conferring, so I'm going to tell you that nominations are now being accepted for the local area Sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of respectful local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. And there's the music for Jeopardy, Steve.
Yep.
I got the trivia question right for you. Now, if you want to try to stump me again, you know I'm still quite stumpable.
Yep. Here's what the call is right here.
All right, here it comes. Personal foul against both teams, offsetting.
Yeah, Culpeper didn't have to retaliate because they already had the personal foul, but somebody else does something in the huddle that's some unpleasantries, and there you go.
Well, the ball at the 24-yard line brings up second down and short. So in the end, they weren't hurt by it for sure. It was a nice run by Edwards to pick up 8 yards.
Yep.
Second down and 2 here from the 24. They fake it. No, they give it to Williams. Williams, right tackle, breaks the tackle. He's at the 10. Stiff arms another defender. He's in from 24 yards out.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Williams from 25 yards for the go-ahead touchdown.
Steve, that's worthy of another look.
It sure is. And perfect. Here it is, just an easy handoff. But look how Williams does the rest of the work. Banging off, would-be tackler. He's hard load to bring down. He took it right into the end zone.
All right, then coming on now for an all-important point after if they go that route.
They're going to line them go for 2 here.
They are. Our score is 23-19 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, they want to. I know what they want to do. They want to make sure a touchdown, when we tie, an extra point would win it.
Here's the snap and the pitch. Danewood's headed to the end zone. He won't make it. Nice open field tackle by Dwayne Stewart. And
I thought Danewood had an open area, but
he closed pretty quickly, didn't he?
He closed pretty quick.
2-point try fails, however, Blue Devils up now, 23-19.
And now, like I said, it's Blue Devils have 4-point cushion, but they would have liked to have it at 6-point cushion.
Well, if you went back to the previous Culpeper drive from the Chancellor 45, they had moved the ball down to the 18. And then after a 5-yard penalty, they faced a 3rd and 15 and threw the interception. Chancellor got the ball back, and on its first play, Justin Elkins gets the interception, and they marked it at the Chancellor 32. And 2 plays later, we had the Williams 24-yard run to make it 23-19 in favor of the Blue Devils. So I think if you're Culpeper, you have to feel pretty good about how you're playing here tonight, except for still cleaning up those penalties.
Cleaning up a little bit. It's hurt them. And it looks like number 2 for Culpeper had a cramp.
Garrett Danewood. He was trying to get that 2-point conversion. But number 2 on the other team, Dwayne Stewart, made the tackle to stop that one. All right. Well.
We got, a minute 45 to go here in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And now Culpeper's back on top. And I was getting ready to ask you this question. Is this probably the best we've seen Culpeper play this year?
I thought they played pretty competitively against Caroline.
Right.
But I think that between those 2 games, I would give the edge to the Blue Devils in terms of playing better tonight than they did then.
Okay. Because I wasn't here to see them play Caroline, but they end up lost. And I think Culpeper's now going to come out with a killer instinct. You got the lead. You now got to play, another hard 12 minutes. And
right. Well, here's the kickoff. This one is going to be fielded at the 25-yard line. But it's going to be slung backwards as a return man there, number 9, DJ Dennison. Good coverage by the Blue Devil special team.
That was very good coverage. And they're down there flying around with abandon right there. And that's what Culpeper's got to do. Chancellor has a lot to play for. But Culpeper, Chancellor's playing tight, whereas Culpeper has nothing, nothing to lose. They're playing loose. They're doing good, except, like you said, the penalties need to be cleaned up. If they could clean up those penalties, we'd probably be up 30-19.
Well, and it's 23-19, and of those 23 points, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
2 on the for the punting team, 1 on the offense by Williams, and a couple extra point conversions and a 27-yard field goal by Saul Aceveda. And now Chancellor goes back to the run, and that means Dawood Smith from the 19 to the 23.
Like I said, Culpeper's got to really play tough D here. You got them pinned down deep in their own territory. You don't want them to do this long, drive and eat up all this clock, especially, now we're coming pretty close to the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, you can see the clock there ticking at 1:10. Chancellor looking at 2nd and 6 here. Down by 4 points. Stewart going to keep it. Stewart going to be hit in the backfield. Going to be tackled, and the first man on him was Caleb Green.
Yep. Green was just in there like a missile, and he wasn't going to let go. play by Caleb Green right there, and that really.
Take a look at the Blue Devil demeanor on defense now, and you're seeing a team that feels a little bit better about their confidence level here.
They sure do, Mark, and they're playing. They know they're in the game. They know if they can play mistake-free football here, and let Chancellor ones make the errors, not them.
Well, the 6-yard loss on the tackle makes it 3rd and 12 now for Chancellor from its own 17.
Now they got to be careful here on this slot receivers, though.
Well, they got 3 receivers to the right, including that slot receiver. Here's Stewart rolling to his right. Here comes the pursuit. He throws. This one caught. Well, it dropped. The intended receiver had it about the 28-yard line. A penalty flag comes into play. This one was intended for Jonathan Thompson.
And it's going to give a first down to Chancellor for a late hit. I don't know if that was a late hit. It was incomplete, and he didn't have to push him, but, the flag was really late, too. And I think the sideline was sitting there, come on. But, now Coach Jerry, he's going to go ballistic on this.
Well, let's check the call here. Here it is.
There's a flag, though, out here in the middle of the field. There's a flag down here. And
we've got offsetting penalties here because it was an ineligible receiver downfield for Chancellor, and it was a personal foul against Culpeper. They offset.
Yep.
And it goes.
Big break for the Blue Devils right there.
Put it back to the 17-yard line.
Yep. And repeat 3rd down. Because a minute there, if that was the only penalty, I was going to say that was a.
Well, I don't think they repeated. I think they get a 4th down here. Or is it 3rd? They're showing it 4th.
Yeah, but I mean it's.
No, okay. Now they go back to 3rd. You have to replay it.
3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 12.
From the 17-yard line. You're looking at 5 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter.
Now
Likely the last play of the 3rd coming up here.
Now it looks like they're going to single coverage out here on the right, but doubles up here on the.
All right, Stewart back there with Smith. All right, here's the protection holding up. He airs it out downfield. This one broken up by number 21. That's Elkins, Steve.
And they just threw a penalty.
Oh, no, say it isn't so. Justin Elkins broke up what looked like a sure catch.
Yeah, and he didn't lead with the helmet. He hit him with his shoulder.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that one.
No, I wouldn't either. And that was, I don't know about that call. I mean, that was a football play. The kid did not lead with his helmet. He ducked, and he hit him with the shoulder. I don't know why they call that targeting.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little perplexed on that one.
Yeah, and if I was Coach Sherry, I'd be calling the official over right now and saying, what the heck? But you don't have replay. We can't have replay here at the high school level. And
Steve, it was Justin Elkins with the big play. And, previously he had the interception, so he's had 2 big plays for the Blue Devils. But will this one work against him and his teammates?
Yeah, because, it was a good hit. I mean, the kid did take a hit, but again, I don't think it was targeting on the
well, I mean, if you're the receiver and the ball is touching your hands, you expect to get hit, right?
Yeah.
And you broke up the pass play, but I don't know.
Poor call by the officials. Poor call. That was a football play. It was not targeting. He didn't aim for the head. He caught him in the midsection. But
player being attended to now, and
I mean, I hope he's not injured. Don't get me wrong, but I still.
Now what?
They threw it on. They threw another penalty on the coach. He's going off, which I knew he would. They threw another flag unsportsmanlike today. So this is now screaming at the ref from that call, and I don't blame him. I mean, that was just a bad call, and
well, that's good news for the player and team. Jonathan Thompson was the injured receiver.
Yeah,
now they got to sort through all this.
Well, what's going to happen is it's going to be 15 for the personal foul and then another 15 for the coach. So it's going to be a 30-yard penalty right here. And it's going to go from the 18-yard line to the 48-yard line. If I'm right? 30 and 18 is 48. No. But there's no way that was targeting. He did not hit him in the head. He didn't target him. He just hit him in the midsection. The guy was out reaching for the ball, but what we're trying to say, defensive.
That came at the end of the quarter, too, and they're still sorting it out. Here it is right here. Unsportsmanlike there. 1.
And they're going to throw Justin's done for the Elkins.
But he's still in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that. That was a hometown call. I hate to say that.
But now, I suspect that they're going to have to switch directions here.
Yep.
As the third quarter has expired.
Are they going to put any time back on? That's the other thing. Are they going to put any time back on the clock?
Well, it was 5 seconds to play, wasn't it, when they threw the pass?
Yeah. Coach Sherry, I know. I would be upset if I agree with him. That was not a targeting call, and he was just yelling. And he's giving the ref an earful. And he's telling him. He said, "You know that wasn't a good call. It was a bad call." Come on, officials. They're taking way too long to adjudicate this decision.
Adjudicate, deliberate.
Concentrate.
And fabricate.
Yep. And capitulate.
Capitulate. Well, so now that the third quarter is in the books, and they're now going to switch directions. And as we start the fourth quarter, we're going to have Chancellor in possession of the football, trailing 23-19. Another quarter to go in a competitive football game. So let's break down how it's gone tonight, Steve, for both teams. If you're Culpeper, you start with a 27-yard field goal, you lead 3-0. And they've been the beneficiaries of having a couple bad punts on the Chancellor side of the football because the muff snaps and that sort of thing. Had 2 touchdowns off the punts. And then they had the touchdown run by Williams. Chancellor, on the other hand, had the touchdown runs by Smith. And
you're right. That's
but
true.
they've had the missed extra points, too.
That's true. That's true. And they've had some bad miscues on those snaps. But here now, look what happened. This was deep. They would have had Chancellor stop deep in their own territory and have the punt, but the officials made themselves part of the game here.
Smith, ball carrier, dragging defenders into Culpeper territory down to about the 47-yard line. Picked up 6 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 4 as we start this fourth quarter here at Chancellor High School.
Yeah, we'll see if Culpeper, they got to, just continue to play tough defense like they've been doing and see if they can, but they can't give 6-7 yards of carry on first down. Now we got to quit it. He's going to have to go off.
Riley Vineyard, number 34.
Because he had an issue with his helmet. So they got to.
He's a player that when he was out of the lineup, this team really missed him, didn't they?
Yep, and 58's coming in. Shiflett. Yes, 58, yep.
All right, Chancellor. 2nd down. 4. Whistle and stoppage once more. Yeah, it's getting a little sloppy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And now 34 is back in. False start, 5 yards, knock them back. So that's going to negate that run by Chancellor.
Right. And
Pete
bring up, 2nd and 10.
Yep. And so what Culpeper's got to do now is to really just play smart. Don't give Chancellor anything easy. And, we've given them, we should stop them in 3rd down twice. And we had penalties.
All right, 2nd down. Play action. Stewart keeps it. Gets back into Culpeper territory. And they tackle him about the 46, so he gets the lost yardage back.
And, Mark, I'm harking back to my playing days. That call on for Culpeper being a targeting. That would have been a football play back in the day. There would have been no penalty. Sorry, the guy got hurt, but our player did nothing wrong.
You'd been celebrating the hit.
Yeah.
Hoping the player wasn't injured, but
right.
Yeah, right.
Now it's just all, I get you got to protect quarterbacks and all that, but that was not a targeting play.
3rd and 4 now for Chancellor. Culpeper 46. Smith, ball carrier. And he lowers his shoulder, gets inside the 40. Ball is loose. Fumble. Let's see if the Blue Devils have it or if the ground caused it.
No.
All right, so Chancellor keeps it. And recovering it there was number 8, Leo Ferguson. New set of downs for Chancellor.
Yeah, Culpeper, like I said, they've got to play smart and, try to get a turnover here. Elkins is playing very nice. We haven't called his name a lot this season, but he's playing good football at the safety position.
Here's 1st and 10 for Chancellor at the Culpeper 38. Stewart going to keep it. Looking for running room, won't find any. Wrestled to the ground by Riley Vineyard at the 35 after a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, that's a good play by Vineyard. Just shot the gap right there and split his defenders and able to make a tackle on the quarterback.
Mark at the 36. 2nd and 8. 4th quarter action.
See if they can get
this
another.
Broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons Funeral Home. Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Found & Sons, 825-3530. From the 36, 2nd and 8. Here comes the pressure. Here comes the running back. Trying to get an edge. Won't be able to do it. Tackled by Caleb Green at the 35.
Good play.
They held him to a yard.
Yep. Good play by Caleb Green. He was able to, he wrapped him up, Mark, and he took him to the ground, even though he probably outweighed about 40 pounds by that running back, but he's able to, bring the ball down. Now 3rd and 6 here. Culpeper's got to play smart here and see if they can get this into a fourth down play.
From the 34-yard line. Broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's Battlefield. Thompson on the jet sweep. Here he is. Tripped up, tackled by number 9 of Culpeper, Steve. That is Juan Forloins Flores.
And he's been playing a well for game 2, Mark. Flores, from his defensive end position right there, made the tackle. Now it's 4th. They don't have the punt unit on. They're going to go for it here.
4th and 5 from the 33.
And if I was the coaches of Culpeper, I'd be imploring your team, do not. Watch the football. Just watch the football. Don't jump.
Number 50 in there, Steve, is Tyreek Smith. We haven't called his name. But it is 4th and 5 here for Chancellor from the Culpeper 33. We've got a whistle. I think someone's going to call a timeout. It's going to be Culpeper.
Yep,
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back when these two teams are ready to go back at it. Stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community supporters.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with cash imprints. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones at our high-quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Visit uvahealth.com for more information.
All right, welcome back. After the timeout, Chancellor has it 4th and 5 from the Culpeper 33, and they are trailing 23-19. Big play here for this Blue Devil defense. Showing pressure. Oh, don't jump. And they did.
Well, were they drawn off, though?
Well, we're going to find out here. Riley Vineyard came
Yep.
across, and they
did.
were. How about that?
Yep.
Well, that won't make it 4th and 5. That'll make it 4th and 10. Back to the 38. Now Chancellor's play call. Really crucial here.
Changed out, but they're still not bringing a punter out there. Watch for the quick kick. But, again, don't jump. Don't give them the 5 yards back. Now they're looking at here.
All right, 4th and 10.
They got man coverage, though.
Stewart. Here comes the pressure. They try to pick it up. They don't pick up Jakari Edwards. And Edwards drives him for the big sack back in Chancellor territory at the 49-yard line. And that's where we'll have a turnover on downs. You think Jakari Edwards is pretty excited about that play?
What a play by Jakari Edwards, Mark. Came in there untouched, and Stewart, the quarterback, didn't know what to do, and then he took a big sack. Now Culpeper has the momentum and the lead. 7:30 to go here in the game. And see what Culpeper can do. No turnovers here. They just got to be able to run that football.
Well, they have the lead in the game, and what else? Outstanding field position at midfield.
Yep.
With 7:31 to play in the fourth quarter, and Culpeper right now clinging to a 4-point lead. Jakari Edwards made one of the biggest plays of the night moments ago. Damewood in motion. They fake it to him. Here's Johnson. He's going to keep it. Makes a cut and then dives down to about the 45 as a penalty flag comes in, at the end of this one as well.
Might be against Chancellor. Let's see what the call is.
All right, as they sort this one out, we'll tell you this broadcast brought to you in part by Cash Imprints. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints. 317-1473. Also, UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones at our quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Learn more at uvahealth.com.
Mark, that was against Culpeper for a hold. Again, penalties.
1st and 20
Yep.
from the 40. Handoff Williams. Left side. Picked up a couple to the 42.
Williams running the football.
2nd and 18 coming up.
Yeah, is Culpeper, you think, going to put it in the air? I don't know. It's it's a good call.
Well, I think you want to avoid turnovers at all costs.
Right.
And the clock is ticking, and the clock can become your friend soon. And your enemy if you're Chancellor, if you don't get the ball back fairly soon.
That's true. And see if Culpeper can maintain control here.
All right. This is Mrs. Williams, went to the outside and out of bounds near the 48. Pick up about 6 yards, stops the clock. This broadcast brought to you in part by CFC Farm and Home Center. The service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, your home, your pets, livestock, and equine since 1932. That's CFC Farm and Home Center.
Mark, and again, Edwards has got to learn if he's going to be tackled, stay in bounds. Don't run out and give them, time, clock stoppage.
For whom the bell tolls. And we are looking at a 3rd down and about 13 here. Blue Devils need to get to the Charger 40 for a 1st down. Here comes the pressure. Let's see if they pick it up. Johnson, quick throw, near side. This is Caleb Green out to about the Chancellor 40. Nice
Yeah.
pickup, and that's close to a Blue Devil first down. And yet another penalty flag down.
Where's this one now? If it was a penalty, it'd be against Chancellor for a late hit. If they called it over here, they got to call it like that. We'll see what I mean, this game's getting very sloppy right now. And Caleb Green made a good run. He knew where he had to get. We'll see what the call is.
Had to get to the 40, and that's where he...
Too many people. Too many against Culpeper. Oh, his coach is going ballistic.
Final score coming in. Cortland beats JM 49-12.
Culpeper penalized 15 yards.
Central beats Madison 30-7.
What is the call here? What's the, what was the call? The 15-yarder against Culpeper.
Third down and 17.
Yeah, that one got past me. Ball back at the Culpeper 43. Third down. Again, they got to get to the Chancellor 40. They go to Jakari Edwards, and he fights for yardage, but he doesn't pick up a lot. Out to the 45, 2 yards. And now a fourth down coming up.
And if I was Coach Sherry, he feels like he's playing two opponents, Chancellor and the official. Green had the first down, but then all of a sudden they just said they did both, like this. Looked like I thought illegal participation, but it's a 15-yarder. So I don't know what. Again, I could not ascertain what the call was.
All right. On for the punt, we think.
Now what's the call here now?
Timeout
Culpeper. Why would you go for here on fourth down? I would not do this if I was Coach Sherry. I'd be punting the ball. They've got to go, Mark. A field goal doesn't help Chancellor. They got to go 40.
Right.
Why would you want to give them the ball here at the 50-yard line when you can sit there and punt it and make them go longer? That's what I would do. I don't like the going forward on fourth down because you're too far away. I mean, the penalties killed you. Don't know, like I said, the last one was, I didn't see it.
Well, maybe he just wants to stop and think about it.
Yeah, and so, maybe, but if I was Coach Sherry, I would not be I'd be punting this ball. You just got to get a good snap and just kick the football.
All right, as they think about this one, we'll tell you this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
Yeah, they're going back to punt. I knew they had to do that.
All right. Pick up that number. I think it's 24. Jordan Evans. They fake it to him. And now with the ball is J.Q. Williams. Watch Williams go. Breaks the tackle along the far sidelines. And they're going to finally, still inbounds. Let's see if he's out of bounds or if he's in for the score.
He's in for the score, Mark.
That's a 55-yard fake punt return for touchdown.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. What a call. Gutsy call. 55
yards, and we need
yards.
to see that one again.
We need, right here it is. Looks like
fake punt.
Fake punt, snap to number 5.
Williams.
To Carius Williams, and he takes it right down that left sideline, Mark. And it looked like he got knocked out of bounds, but he didn't. He took it into the end zone, and a big 6 points.
Steve, it looked like they had him 2 or 3 times. They were going to bring him down or make him step out of bounds, and he didn't either.
Yeah, but the officials still haven't given him the.
No, it's
a
29-19.
Yeah.
Saul Acevedo on for the point after. Jeremiah Johnson's the holder.
It was a touchdown.
29-19 our score, and Acevedo can make it a 10-point game here, or 11-point game rather.
Yep. Big kick right here.
Snap and the hold. The kick is up long enough, and it's good. 30-19 our score in favor of the Blue Devils with 4:20 to play in this one. So we've had some big plays by both teams, and so J.Q. Williams on the fake punt for a touchdown. But what, you go back previously in the big sack that Jakari Edwards had. And so these plays are all starting to add up now for them.
They are, Mark, and that was a gutsy call because kudos to the coaching staff and kudos that he had faith in his players to execute that play because, they're only up by 4. And they didn't really want to turn over to Chancellor at midfield. So, logically it made sense to go ahead and kick the ball, punt it away, and make Chancellor drive almost the length of the field. But they caught Chancellor napping. Chancellor wasn't expecting a fake, and then Williams made the rest. What a run.
One of the things that I think helped the play was that the punter sold it as a fake, that he was going to kick it. He went through all the motions like he was kicking the ball, and that may have helped a little. But Williams' effort and the determination, the breaking refusing to go down, being near the sidelines and having to tiptoe out there to avoid, stepping out of bounds.
And Culpeper to come away, looks like they're 4 minutes, 20 seconds away for their first win of the year. And these kids deserve it. They played well this game, had a few ups and downs with the penalties. Didn't like all the penalties called. I thought the rest were kind of unfair to Culpeper in the last couple calls, but Culpeper, took it in the end zone. Now they're up 11.
Acevedo's kick, straight away short. Ball fielded inside the 25-yard line. Caleb Green.
Flag on the play.
Make Garrett Danewood in on the tackle. The return man there for Chancellor was DJ Dennison.
And why, again, more laundry on the field. This is taking a long time to get. We're just having so many penalties.
Sure have. Well, we are live, and our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
It's legal block in the back by Chancellor push, so going to knock him back.
Well, certainly Culpeper has had the majority of the penalties, no doubt.
Right.
This one, as you pointed out, does work against Chancellor. And now very average field position taking over at its own 27-yard line.
And they got to make Chancellor work for them because they're up 11. They can't relax because if Chancellor scores quick, they're right back in it.
Well, they need 2 scores. Here's Stewart. Here comes the pressure. And they wrap him up near the line of scrimmage and tackle him there. And Jakari Edwards doing a little celebrating.
Yep.
Or walking off, maybe feeling a little sore.
I think he wanted to get away, make sure he didn't call a penalty on him. Just throwing the guy down.
Yeah.
But.
All right, no gain. 2nd and 10. Clock ticking. 3:45 to go here in this fourth quarter. Here comes the pressure. They pick it up. Stewart stepping up. Looking downfield for help. Now he has to throw it away.
Yeah.
Threw it in the vicinity of a receiver.
Yeah, and it was good pressure by Culpeper, especially by number, he's running right there, 50. 50 for Culpeper. Tyreek Smith was really putting the pressure on him.
Right.
Now 3rd down.
Well, it's certainly Culpeper in the driver's seat now at this point.
Yep. They are. I mean, there's, incomplete stops the clock, but again, Culpeper wants to limit don't get a first down. Make them go for it on 4th.
All right. Well, Dwayne Stewart, the quarterback, sends 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Blue Devils. Here's Stewart stepping up. Here comes the pressure. He backs out of it. Now he throws incomplete. And he had a receiver out there. He threw it over the head of the intended receiver, number 22, Dawood Smith. And now 4th down.
Yeah, big 4th down. Seen the official run off the field, and he might not be feeling well. He's on the other side. But they're -1 official here. So. All right,
well, I see 4th and 10 and Chancellor down by 11. You can't really afford to punt this one away with 3:28 to go.
No, you can't. You got to. What Chancellor's going to try to do is try to get the first down. All Culpeper's got to do is keep everybody in front of you and don't let them get to the 39-yard line. You need to turn her over. Then you just sit there and probably kneel.
All right, on 4th and 10. And let's see if we have a timeout being taken here.
And now Culpeper just used all their
Culpeper
timeout.
uses a timeout. Well, this is a very big down for them because if they stop them here, they get the ball back with an opportunity to really seal the deal, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're up by 11, 3:28 to go. You don't want Chancellor to get a quick score. You don't want them to throw a deep one or anything like that. But I was just watching. They're down an official. I saw him walk all the way down run down the sideline, on the Culpeper sideline, and he ran into the locker room. I hope he's okay, but probably. But anyway, so you're saying some score. Madison lost, right?
I don't think I heard the last of them.
I thought you said.
They were losing to Central.
Oh, okay. King George won 59-13, and Easterview 49-7. So.
I think Fluvanna has defeated Orange.
Oh, okay.
That one surprises me a little. All right, here it is, 4th down and 10 from the 27. Chancellor must convert here. Here's Stewart being pressured. Riley Vineyard has him, and he won't let go, and he tackles him for the big loss and sack back to the 18-yard line, a 9-yard loss, a turnover on downs, and Riley Vineyard understandably very happy, as is his teammates, after that big play.
He wouldn't be denied, Mark. He just came in there, a hard, tough-nosed football player, and is bringing him down for 4th down. Now Culpeper takes over on down.
Culpeper will take over deep in Chancellor territory after they mark this one at the 18.
Now Culpeper's got to run some few plays, but their clock would be their friend. Chancellor's going to be calling timeout. And we're waiting for the official right now. Oh, here comes the other official. He must have, Randy's back out now. Went over there by the yard marker. He's now back in the field.
Dalton Butler, Garrett Damewood, receivers to the right. In the backfield, quarterback Jeremiah Johnson to his right. J.Q. Williams. 1st and 10, Blue Devils. Charger 18. Williams, the ball carrier. Tries the left side. Nothing doing there. But the clock will continue to run unless Chancellor calls a timeout.
Chancellor just called timeout. They want to try to get the ball back as much time as possible. But again, Culpeper, I think, is going to come away with his first win of the season, Mark, and they deserved it. They played very well. I mean, given, there was some mistakes, and we were getting on them about the penalties, but, they were able to, persevere through that, and then to come away, come away with a big win. And I think they're playing for their coach, too, because he was so into the game, so upset of what they're calling against him. And Culpeper had some resolve tonight and just said, hey, we're going down and coming to Chancellor. We're going to win. And
one of the things I think I'd like to talk to Coach Sherry about was what the official ruling was on that hit against the receiver when he was breaking up the pass. Didn't look like he led with the helmet.
Didn't look like he had the helmet. He just hit him in the gut. I don't know. Maybe. But still, the big thing is now this is a blow to Chancellor's playoff hopes because they had to win. Now they're going to go to 2 and 3 in the district.
All right. From the 18, Caleb Green in motion. Back to the run they go. This is Jakari Edwards over the right side. Got inside the 15, down to about the 13.
Chancellor.
Carry Edward going on the carry.
And I'll tell you that nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of respectful local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. All right.
Let's see if I think Chancellor might be out of timeouts too, Mark.
Like Culpeper going to get a win tonight here.
Yeah.
First one of the season.
Would you go for a field goal if you don't get first down here?
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Damewood in motion. He gets the toss. Damewood makes a nice move, and he's into the end zone from 13 yards out. There'll be no field goal, will there?
No. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Damewood.
13 yards.
13 yards.
Steve, let's take another look at that one. Call this one as it unfolds.
Here it is right here. Snap, pitch to Damewood. And he easily just takes it right around the left side and skirts down the sideline. 13 yards, touchdown. Blue Devils.
For the point after will be Saul Acevedo, the holder Jeremiah Johnson.
And their crowd is stunned here at Chancellor on their Hall of Fame induction night tonight for their past athletes, and I think they thought they'd get a big win out of here. Culpeper came in.
Yep.
It
Kick is up and good, 37-19. Well, here was my prediction coming in. I thought the game would be competitive, but if you'd have told me that Culpeper's going to win by 18 points, well, that's what it looks like right now. I thought, no, I don't think so, but anything's possible.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I thought it'd be a close game. I thought Culpeper set the tone early in the first quarter, and then, some of the same old stuff that hurt, affect them, penalties and a couple miscues allowed Chancellor to come in and take the lead at halftime. But then all the second half, it's been all Culpeper. Culpeper is, as I like to say, they laid the wood to some people.
Let's talk about some players that have really stood out tonight for the Blue Devils, Steve. I'll start on defense. Justin Elkins, Jakari Edwards had that big sack. Riley Vineyard comes to mind.
Caleb Green had a big sack, and he was big on offense as well. So
you had the play, the punt return by Williams, and you had the fake punt that Williams took to the house.
And you can't underestimate the play of Genoa Lane, how he occupied that middle. Big number 74 for Culpeper. I thought he was very, very good tonight, and was he was able to dominate the center and the guard and able the linebackers Culpeper to make tackles.
Well, I think that Chancellor did have a couple big touchdown runs, and you were looking at the tackling was not good on those. But beyond that, if you look, aside from that, I think on the whole, the Blue Devils have done a better job of tackling here tonight.
Yep, and it's just right now who's hurt?
Number 21, Butler. No, I'm sorry, number 21, Elkins.
Elkins, I think he's got a cramp.
Just talking about him, Justin Elkins, Jakari Edwards, and so many more tonight. Big team effort.
Yeah, he can't get up. I don't know. I hope this isn't a serious injury. But see what the training staff. So I'm hoping it's a cramp. Yeah, it's a cramp.
Well, you know what? A cramp is painful.
Oh, very painful. I'm getting them. I got sometimes at night. I'll be, oh, God.
I know. It's like this funny thing that people talk about, I don't move very fast, and so I get a cramp at night, and then I get out of bed like a ninja or something.
Because you got to try to stand up.
I know.
Make it go away.
It's so hurt. It's so painful.
And sit there, your leg is like.
Well, let's see if we have some. Let's see if we have some other final scores.
They say if you drink coconut water, you won't have cramps before you go to bed.
Okay, coconut water. And if you do get a cramp, pickle juice, right?
Pickle juice, yeah.
Let's see.
I'd rather have the coconut water.
Well, so Fluvanna defeated Orange 23-16.
Wow. Elkins is walking off.
King George 59-14. Elkins is okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Big win here for the Blue Devils. 2 minutes, 11 seconds here to go in the game. Culpeper's up 37-19. They're going to come away with a big win.
Chancellor on its own 31-yard line, 2:11 to play. They trail by 18 points. And they go back to the run. And only a yard picked up that time. This time the ball carrier. Number 9, DJ Dennison.
Yeah, number 7 for Culpeper, Jay Livingston. Livingston was getting held by the Chancellor player, and he had to get up. Let him get up. But they just told him to calm down.
You mean like holding with sincerity?
Yeah. Oh, no. He just said something to the ref. Number 7's got to learn to keep his mouth shut. He said something to the ref. Coach is over there talking to him. Yeah. I know he's mad, but, it's a game.
So it's a personal foul against Culpeper.
Right. And he's ejected, too.
Oh, he did. Yeah, got ejected.
Wow. He must have really said something to the official. And now he can't play next week, by the way.
First down,
if you get ejected by the official, you get 2 games. So they're going to lose him for next week for sure and the following week. Unless they appeal it. So, coach is down there talking to him. Can't be saying stuff to the ref. I know he was mad. The Chancellor player did lay on him and push him down. And then he should have just kept walking, but he kept barking at the ref, and the ref finally heard enough and said, look, we're done. That's a big penalty here.
Oh my gosh. It just keeps walking.
Yeah, I mean, how big is this penalty? Oh my gosh.
It's like this official going on a long walk.
Jeez.
I mean, to the tune of down the ball was at the Chancellor 31. Wow. Now it's at the Culpeper 38.
Must have been 2 penalties, 30 yards.
Yeah.
Had to call him BS for the push and for getting tossed. Back
to the run they go. Riley Vineyard and Caleb Green wrap up the ball carrier, and that is, again, number 9, DJ Dennison.
Yeah, but Culpeper just got to learn to play. Just let the clock run. Clock's your friend.
Yeah, no reason to let your emotions get away from you. You're gonna leave here with a big win tonight.
That's right.
Don't retaliate. Don't say anything.
Yeah, I mean,
make the play. Go back to the huddle. Go back to the line of scrimmage. Whatever it is, and clock running. A minute approaching that minute 20 mark, and we've got a second down and 9 here for Chancellor at the Culpeper 37-yard line.
You just don't want any negativity spoiling this win for Culpeper. That's all.
All right, back to Dennison, the ball carrier. Lowers his shoulder, got inside the 35 to the 34. Caleb Green in on the tackle for Culpeper.
And Caleb Green's a tough player. He doesn't weigh very much, but he's a tough player. Tough cookie in there.
Well, he's been, like several of these players, really good on both sides of this football.
Yeah, he's been one of them. I mean, where would they be without him? I mean, he plays well on offense and defense. But again, letting the clock run.
3rd and 5 from the 33. Like you say, clock running. Under a minute to play. Dennison again, the ball carrier. Forced out of bounds near the 25-yard line, and Caleb Green gets credit for that one as well.
Yeah, I don't look for spot. I look, Chancellor's, no sense trying to, not going to come back and win this game. But, Culpeper wants to keep him out of the end zone, too. So
some of the Blue Devil players in there. Number 12 is Jaden Carter. 14, Khalib Murray.
Riley Lenz is in there, number 1. He usually plays offense.
Right now from the 26, Dennison, again the ball carrier. Dennison, he gets to the outside. He's at the 15, and he's tackled by Jakari Edwards, shy of the 10. Stops the clock as he goes out of bounds with 13 seconds remaining.
Yeah, because it's a first down, but the clock will start because he didn't get out of bounds. He was tackled in bounds, but rolled. Yeah, there he is. Roll the clock.
All right. That's what the signal is.
I know, he's trying to run the clock.
At the 14. Final seconds ticking down here. Looks like time for one more play. They get it off. Dennison again, the ball carrier. And they'll tackle him inside the 10-yard line, and the Blue Devils will celebrate. And why not? They deserve this one at 37-19.
And they just dump water on the coach. First win.
Yeah. Well, that is Eric Sherry's first win as the Blue Devils head coach. Congratulations to Coach Sherry, his staff, and his football team. And Steve, I don't want to sound corny, but I know we saw a much improved effort tonight by the Blue Devils. They played inspired football. They still have some penalties to clean up, but they made some big plays when they needed to.
They did. They made the plays that counted, and they did a good job. Like I said, they got to learn to, on the penalties, they got to learn to clean that up. But they go now next week. Culpeper plays. Where does Culpeper play next week?
Well, let's take a look at next week, which is the 20th. That is Culpeper's. Today's the 13th.
So they're off.
So they have their bye next week.
They're bye next week. You're right.
All right. Then they come back on the 27th at Culpeper to play James Monroe, and then they close out the regular season at Spotsylvania on November 3rd.
Two winnable games there for the Blue Devils, and so they get to enjoy a week off. And then next week, the ultimate game we're going to be doing.
All right. So next week we will see Eastern View take on King George at Eastern View. But right now, if you're the Blue Devils, celebrate and savor this victory, the first under first-year head coach Eric Sherry.
Yes.
Congratulations to the Blue Devils on a nice job done tonight. Steve, welcome back to the broadcast after a couple weeks' absence. Chris Frazier filled in admirably for you, and it's nice to have you back. I know you're happy to see the Blue Devils win, and you had a chance to say touchdown Blue Devils a few times.
Sure did. Enjoyed it and glad to be back and glad to see Culpeper get a win.
All right. For Steve and Johnny, I'm Mark O'Connell saying thanks for watching and supporting Blue Devils football here on the Culpeper Media Network. Our final score again, Blue Devils 37, Chargers 19. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next Friday from Eastern View High School when Eastern View takes on King George. Until then, so long.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community supporters.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center is here to care for you and your loved ones. Our high-quality primary and specialty care locations right here in our community. Visit uvahealth.com for more information.